Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Yes, we are on the air, and I was fully prepared for it. Good Wednesday morning. It is Kincade Salciunas on this Adam Schefter Wednesday. If you're watching on YouTube, I look extremely short. Whoever says this chair's so small, what the hell is this? Anyways, what a night.
Some of the
yesterday.
chairs in here have taken damage over the years.
Yes, they have.
They've been the hydraulics got killed.
Man, there's a lot of food drops that swing by these parts.
That's what happens.
Busy day in Philadelphia. It's amazing, right? Like the whole LeBron James thing, you would think that would be enough for this city. And
no,
then
we needed more. We
want more. All right, we want more. Damn it, who's next? And it's so funny how so many people had the exact same thought. All right, what's Howie going to do now? What's Howie going to do?
You joked about it the other day, Hal.
I said it to you. I was like, you know that he's going to do something soon to try to, get back into the news cycle. A lot of people were thinking, will he trade for Max Crosby just to get into the news cycle, just to do something big so that we're talking about the Eagles again instead of the Sixers? Well, it wasn't a trade, but yesterday they did something that you and I, John, have been saying needed to happen. We had no hesitation in wanting it to happen, and it was locking up Jalen Carter and making sure that that man's going nowhere. We don't have to deal with any training camp stuff, hold-ins, hold-outs, whatever the hell they're doing these days. We wanted it to get done. That guy's a beast. That guy's part of the reason why you have one of the best defenses in football. Don't let that guy go, and they didn't do that yesterday.
I still say he probably had the most singular pivotal play to winning that Super Bowl.
Yes.
By getting Matthew Stafford on his backside in that game in the snow. Or they lose. Because I think that, was it Higbee, I think it was, that was wide open.
Yeah, he was wide open. He slipped. All kinds of things happened.
So, I mean, it was, but if Stafford's not on his back because of Jalen Carter going just absolutely beast mode, I don't know that the Eagles win that game. That would have been an epic collapse in that game. And they took care of business, and I'm glad for Jalen Carter, and I'm glad that he gets this opportunity. He earned it, and he gets paid, and how he took care of business. From what I was told yesterday from a very, very good source, this has been amicable for around 2 weeks or so.
Okay.
As far as getting they really amped it up heading into training camp. But it was going to be a hold-in situation. He was going to be here. He was going to be a participant in all the off-field stuff, the classroom, the workouts and everything, but not on the field unless this stuff got worked out.
Yeah, and I think
and it got worked out.
The past couple of months when we've been talking about this, hey, is this going to happen at some point? I think what you and I talked about was probably the exact spot-on reason why. It was probably the incentives that were built in and the guaranteed money.
How much are we counting? How much are we willing to say we commit and we guarantee that we
Yeah,
believe?
because they weren't going to let him go. The dude's a stud. There were people that were almost flirting with the idea of, oh, would you trade him?
No.
And you would get a bunch of first-round picks for it. Yeah,
no.
Yeah, you would get a bunch of first-round picks to once again try to draft Jalen Carter. If you got a stud in your building, you got a stud in your building. You keep that guy.
And what did they draft him at 9?
Man.
They got him at 9.
Top 10 pick. They're not letting this guy go.
You're not getting Jalen Carter at 9.
No,
you're not. Like if you try to get lucky like that again, you're not getting lucky.
Right.
You're not getting that. You got it. You got him. You have him here. It's great news. It's great news for the Eagles. A centerpiece of this team is back.
A centerpiece of one of the best defenses in football.
Correct.
Don't let that go away. I get it. There's a lot of good players on this defense, and there's a lot of guys that are going to get paid, or you're going to have to make some tough decisions. I get it. But that's a good problem to have. That means your team is good. That means it's worthy to have these conversations. It's worthy to try to figure out how are we going to allocate this money to all these great players. That's a good problem to have, man.
On Question Mark and Salciunas, that is going to be you'll be talking about that all next offseason.
Oh yeah,
because I don't know how they're going to do it. As far as a good number for you from Sharp Football, that no team has had 3 highest paid players at their position on either side of the ball in the modern salary cap era. So the 32-team NFL. So
right now they got 2.
And right now, and then you have Cooper and you have Quinyon coming next year.
Yeah, and by the way,
who are both going to want to set the market.
Oh yeah,
at their position.
And oh, by the way, Jalen Hurts is going to be up for
but
renegotiation.
but he's on the other side. You don't have anybody on his side of the ball that really is. I don't think they have anybody on their side of the ball that's
Saquon. Saquon's still the highest paid running back in the NFL.
Oh, well,
yep.
I got to think that changes, but who knows?
Yeah, but as of right now, he is. So they now have Jalen Carter, Saquon Barkley, highest paid players at their respective positions, and but that's what happens when you have great players. So here's our Eagles-related question. Training camp, they get started, and we're fired up. Can't wait for more Eagles talk. Obviously, it's the city of LeBron James. Obviously, there's some Philly stuff that we're going to get into. But when it comes to the Birds, do you question anything that they're doing right now? And I don't mean like...
You mean, are you saying the collective, anything that they are doing?
Yeah, like has Howie Roseman done something with the roster where you're going, I don't know about that one. We also have to understand you can't pay everybody. You can't make everybody a top-paid player. You can't have the top-paid position all across the board, like safety right now. Safety does not have much money allocated to it. You have a second-round draft pick in Drew Makuba and a veteran in Marcus Epps that will most likely be handling safety duties unless they go out and make a trade for somebody. You can't make every position this high-priced position because you got to allocate the money somewhere. But I don't have a problem with them doing that with the safety position.
You have no, you really like. There's nothing that you question Howie about, like with this team. Now look,
I won.
What is it?
Jake Elliott. Like that's my only. Like, why are we still doing this?
I'm glad you did that one because he's been the worst kicker in the NFL for 2 seasons.
Yeah,
and expecting a guy aging to then turn that around and now be like, okay, he's going to be really dependable again. Everything. I have no idea why you would think that. I have another one for you, though.
Yeah, what do you got?
And look, it's not, again, this is just me. I think even a great executive like Howie Roseman can be questioned on things. Last year, how much do you believe the offensive line's sort of injuries and decline of their physical abilities cost that team?
Probably the number one reason.
Okay. Who are the backup offensive linemen?
Yeah, well, Fred
because
Johnson,
right now,
but he had to play pretty much every game.
Right now, Drew Kendall, Holland Pierce, Markel Bell, who we know nothing about.
Yeah, third-round draft pick.
Michael Jordan, and not that Michael Jordan.
Yeah. Is he going to get cut a second time?
Now we got Big Fred.
Yeah.
But last year, the backup offensive linemen played, and they played a lot. This backup offensive lineman group, Willie Lampkin. Now, when I was younger, that used to be like a teddy bear that talked. Willie Lampkin, I think. I mean, do you know that you can believe in any of these guys? The backup offensive linemen are completely unproven.
Chris Cooper, step on up, man. Big first year as the offensive line coach of the Philadelphia Eagles.
And you got a new cook. You got a new chef.
Yeah, but I mean, my thing is with the offensive linemen, like, you're not going to. It's not like you're signing a 6th man off the bench for the NBA. You're not going to allocate a ton of money to a backup. You're hoping that these guys develop into something.
Your backups though I'm going to tell you, looks like took a big step back. That bothers me.
Okay.
Especially when your starting offensive linemen are beaten up, and it is a major question mark as to how they're going to recover. That's my biggest concern going into the year, and it's not whether this new offense is going to work. Because I have every confidence that the new offense will be better just because of the fact that they got Kevin Patullo out of the building.
Yeah,
they're going to see improvement. But to me, the offensive line and all the different issues of that is what is going to be the biggest problem.
Well, you know what's pretty good? Like,
what's that?
You're questioning the backup offensive lineman. I'm questioning the kicker. Right? Like,
no, it's the truth.
Like the topic today, it could be anything. You could question, where they rank in the Players Association polls. I don't care. Do you question anything the Eagles are doing? Like, do you look at anything with the Eagles, you go, I don't like this idea that they're doing that. And so far we've talked kicker. So far we've talked backup offensive line. That's pretty good. Like, imagine being a Minnesota Vikings fan. You know some of those people.
Yeah, it's not great right now.
Like, they're like, all right, we got J.J. McCarthy and Kyler Murray. Like, what are we doing here? Like, there are worse situations. The Arizona Cardinals were dealing with a potential holdout of Jacoby Brissett, of all people, right? Like, it's pretty good that on July 29th, our questioning of are the Eagles doing the right thing in this situation is about kicker and backup offensive lineman. What do you got, Connor?
Oh, man, I love this move. I love where the Eagles are at. I'm not overly worried about anything with this team outside of the safety position. And this is, the whole thing with yesterday, like they'll figure out how they pay and they add depth. And this could be a top-heavy team. But with the Eagles, we've seen it play out with the core that they have. Like the Phillies are a top-heavy team, and we'll talk about them in a little bit, that has not gotten over the hump. Like I don't know if I trust those guys to get the job done. And that's a different story altogether. I know the Eagles' top-end talent can be Super Bowl winning talent. So when you pay Jalen Carter, you're just keeping those guys in the house.
Yeah.
Like, I tweeted it out yesterday. Micah Parsons is preparing for his second season as a member of the Green Bay Packers because Jerry Jones does not understand what is easy for Howie Roseman.
Yeah.
Draft stars, pay stars, win championships. Yeah. It's a simple equation that a lot of people do not get.
Pay good players. I mean, that's what Howie Roseman does. It's not rocket science, but man, does he know how to make it work with the money and manipulating the cap. I saw a clip. Our man Austin Jones, great YouTube producer, sent it over to me. Andrew Brandt talking about how the Eagles and the Rams are the best at manipulating the cap, and Roger Goodell might actually start thinking about changing the structure of the cap, making it more of a hard cap like you see in the NBA, because there are teams like the Eagles and Rams who are two of the more successful franchises in the National Football League year in and year out, keep on finding ways to make money work.
Now, remember, you're going to need 24 teams to vote for it.
Yes.
So if Roger Goodell can't just do it.
He tried with the push.
24 teams would have to vote in approval of changing the cap.
Yeah.
So
we'll see.
It's not like Goodell can say the cap's changed. 24 owners would have to say, okay, we don't like what the Rams and the Eagles are doing. I don't think they're going to get that. I don't think they're going to get people to change it, but who knows?
People tried changing a play because of how soft they were.
Now, a play can be changed.
I wouldn't be surprised if some soft owners go, man, we can't do what they're doing, so we're going to just vote against it.
I don't think they get 24 of them
no,
to do
probably
it. I don't
not.
think they'd be able to do
All right, so the 4-year extension, it is a 4-year extension, $106 million of which is guaranteed of the 152. Could go up to 160.
Depending on incentives and things like that.
The way Howie Rosen made it work, and that's probably what the biggest holdups was the incentives and the guaranteed money and everything. Highest paid defensive tackle in the National Football League. Do you question anything that the Eagles are doing? 610-632-0975. That's the Eagles' top.
And if you do, I'd love to know too that you note the degree. The degree with your my concern is, I'm just holding my breath.
Yeah.
It's not that I think Howie's a dope and didn't get some good guys to back up. It's that, man, I think they're playing it risky because I think the starting offensive linemen were just hoping that they're okay.
Yeah, sure. And look, there's a ton of, you could question the Jalen Hurts. Should they've already locked him up, right? I mean, how many times have we talked about that? There will be people that will question.
It's going to cost them a lot more.
Kept A.J. Brown, all this kind of stuff. You don't. Other people will. So do you question anything that the Eagles are doing? Now, the Phillies are, once again,
Can
a topic
question
today.
them?
Yeah, I've been questioning them for a long time.
Are we allowed to?
Phillies lose again yesterday, 1-0. Aaron Nola gives up a meatball in the bottom of the first inning, but it was only one meatball. It was a family-sized dinner, just the one big meatball, and that was it. Aaron Nola settles in. He pitched great yesterday, 5 2/3, 5 hits.
He did.
1 earned run. It was the home run, struck out 4. Put the Phillies in a position to win a baseball game against the Miami Marlins, who coming into this series had lost 12 straight. And since this series has started, they've won 2 straight. The Marlins beat the Phillies again yesterday, 1-0. The bats were held to just 4 hits over the course of the game. Sandy Alcantara, solid pitcher. He's not the Sandy Alcantara of pre-Tommy John. It's embarrassing that they lost the way they lost yesterday. 2 straight losses to a team that was literally bottoming out. They're now back at 500. You're now just 6 over 500. And after the game, of course, the question has to be asked. Do you guys need help? This was Jim Salisbury and a little back and forth with Bryce Harper.
Yeah, I think we need some help. But, I think we've proved, pretty much all year we've done a pretty good job. But, anytime you can, get some help in here and reinforcements, I think it helps.
Do you think that help be best coming in the form of an arm or a bat?
I think both. I think obviously everybody knows what we need, so I think I've said it over the last couple of days.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do they deserve it?
No. That's a simple answer. No. And by the way, the guy delivering the message? No. Don't ask for more when you're not delivering enough yourself. Don't ask for more. This is a team that's spending a ton of cash. This is a team that is given a top 4 payroll. It's a team that has gone out there and spent. And you're now like you need help. Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me, Bryce Harper? Really? You need help? You need more? You need them to go spend more money? They need to go dump more prospects?
Hey, made it public last week.
To help you,
probably not going to be baseball next year, so why not just pay a lot of money now?
To help you overprice guys that aren't performing? Bryce, you're in your bottom 3 or bottom 4 in almost every category for your entire career, over your entire career this year. So that not elite shirt you were wearing is absolutely fitting. So I just love people that you're not getting the job done and you're saying, but we need more help. What? What are you doing?
Well, I understand why he's saying it. He wants to win, and he sees that this roster's not good enough.
Doing? What are you doing?
Yeah, he's not playing great baseball since the All-Star break.
No, he is one of the. How about he's one of the top 10 worst players in July in baseball?
Yeah.
By the way, we have Brandon Marsh too. We have 2 of them. One of the top 10 worst players in baseball in July. Less talking, more doing. Less talking, more doing. Less podcasts, more performing. Less of that crap, Bryce. Perform. Low, dance, dance, dance. You're getting paid for it. Stop telling somebody else what they need to do in their job. Do your job. Go do your job, Bryce Harper. Go perform.
Yes.
And when you're not performing, stop pointing and telling everybody else what they need to be doing in their job. Now, look, he's right. Dave Dombrowski has done a terrible job.
Yeah, he stinks.
Look, he's done a terrible job.
I strongly dislike
He's
Dave
done a
Dombrowski.
terrible job. This needs to be another messenger. But Bryce Harper being the messenger, when you're one of the worst players in baseball in July,
he should be the messenger more than like Garrett Stubbs. Like,
well, Garrett Stubbs, stop.
It should be Bryce Harper that's making the call.
Garrett Stubbs should be tossing peanuts in section 131. Give me a break. The fact that we have guys like that taking up roster spots tells you how bad a job Dave Dombrowski's done. But enough. Bad messengers for bad messaging. It's terrible.
I mean, who should be the Nobody's good right now.
No, Connor, here's what you do.
Yeah.
Here's what you do. Zip it.
They asked
Say,
the
you know
question.
what? No, but here's what you answer with. You have self-awareness. You can answer the question. I love doing this one. So Jim Salisbury asked the question. Say, well, first off, I could be doing a better job myself. First of all, I could be carrying more of my weight for my contract, my poor statistics. And then we could also use a boost in here, obviously, in some other parts. How about a little self-awareness first, where you acknowledge, I'm not doing my job, I'm not getting the job done. Then, if you want to ask for help, go for it. I'm telling you, he's insufferable. He's insufferable.
You know what this team screams right now? And it's Harper and it's everybody.
Me.
No.
What?
This team screams, we're just trying to get to the trade deadline here.
Which is
Been
what
saying
they
it for
always do.
weeks.
Which is what they do. They were waiting until the manager got fired.
Yep, and it's bad. It's not like what we have been saying for weeks about they need to do this, they need to do that. I'm sure they're all feeling the same thing. But, man, like, it starts with you. Like, you have to make Dave Dombrowski feel the need to make certain trades. Like, yesterday, I want to revisit a question we asked yesterday, but we're going to spin it in a way where it's Dave Dombrowski making the call. You're playing the role of Dave Dombrowski today, everybody, which means you're not going to do much.
We got a good club.
Yesterday, we asked you, is your opinion on the trade deadline based on 2026 or what they have not done the last 4 postseasons? And the majority of our voters on our poll from yesterday was, I'll be honest, it's more so because of them losing the last couple of years. I don't want to say that the window is closed. I don't want to say that it's done. Right. So that's why I'm saying go big at the trade deadline, not because of what this team is doing. Dave Dombrowski now needs to answer that question. So you're Dave Dombrowski. Are you looking at the state of this team, and are you going to make your decision based off of the championship window that has been open or what the 2026 Phillies has done? Because, quite frankly, if you were to forget the name of the team and you were to forget some of the players on this team and talking about, oh, man, on paper, because on paper, it's been a thin sheet the last couple of years, man. That paper has ripped quickly.
It's dollar store toilet paper.
Oh, yeah, yes. Like, it's bad.
It really is.
Like, you need to roll that a couple of times to get the job done.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this Phillies paper is thin. And when you talk about this team, and you talk about a team that was 9-19, you talk about a team that is statistically toward the bottom in a lot of categories offensively, you talk about a team that is having one of the worst months leading up to the trade deadline. Why would you make deals? Like, why would you do it? And then once you throw in the Phillies and the last couple of postseasons, you're going, well, that's why, because I don't want the window to close. The window might be shut already, guys. It might be.
Okay. I welcome you because I've been warning. I feel like I've been calling the storm was coming, that people are coming around to this. I've been calling this for quite a while. This team is terribly built, has no future, but has no future. It has no future.
Talked about how much I hated the roster construction for 3 years now.
That it's here.
It's
that
bad.
This team is not built. They kept the minute they rolled it back. I said, I'm like, they're going to win their 90 games. They're going to give you a cosmetic thing, and then they're going to go out there and they're going to poop themselves.
Yeah.
Like they got guys worried about doing podcasts and TikTok videos and lecturing the boss on what he needs to do better in his job.
Does this Phillies team, the 2026 Phillies, not the era.
Right, not the era. Right,
Does
exactly.
the 2026 Phillies team deserve to be aggressive at the trade deadline? I don't think that they've earned it, man. And the clock's ticking. Like, 5 days until the trade deadline?
Yeah, I'm interested in what the Golden Retriever has
we'll
to
get
say in the
Connor's
next
thoughts
room.
on it.
I'll tell you, it's a yes.
All right.
Oh, man, I got a bag
we'll hear Connor
we
explain
get a
why.
bag of treats out.
Hey, by the way, do you want to watch the Phillies take on the Orioles in Baltimore with me this weekend?
Well,
I'll be
is there
there.
going to be beer?
Yeah, there'll be beer.
There'll be beer and good food at the tailgate?
Yes.
Yes.
So here's the deal. We'll tell you how you can win. Yesterday, we thought it was going to be trivia. John, Connor, I haven't even told you the idea.
Uh-oh.
It's something that we need to do. It will be therapeutic for everybody. I'll tell you how you can win the trip to Baltimore with me this weekend. Coming up next year on Kincade Salciunas, and your reaction as well. 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Carter gets paid. I'm Connor Thomas. The Eagles locked down Jalen Carter to a monster contract extension yesterday, giving him 4 years, $152 million, 106 of which is guaranteed. The new deal makes him the highest paid defensive tackle in NFL history and keeps one of the most important pieces on the defense here for the foreseeable future. Dan Orlovsky of ESPN talked about the deal yesterday.
Huge for Philadelphia. They believe they have the right people in the building to make sure that not only on the field he continues to dominate, but off the field he continues to go about his business in the right way. This should be a top 5 defense in the NFL again, and certainly one of the best defensive lines.
It's perfect timing as well. The Eagles have their first training camp practice today. Nick Sirianni will meet with the media at approximately 9:30 a.m. The Phillies' struggles continued last night as they got shut out in a 1-0 loss to the Marlins. Only tallied 4 hits in the game. They've now lost 5 of their last 6 and their first 4 series coming out of the All-Star break. Trade deadline is on Monday. Game 3 is today at 12:10. Jesus Luzardo faces Ryan Gusto in the pitching matchup. The Sixers traded Janai Broom at a 2027 second-round pick to the Clippers for cash considerations yesterday. That clears room for an official signing of Contavious Caldwell-Pope, keeping the Sixers under both luxury tax aprons. Zach Berman will join us at 7:30. Adam Schefter at 8:05. This update is brought to you by Hers. Go ahead and check them out. You got an opportunity to get Hers at Wawa. Then you know how Wawa is. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Colin Cowherd talking LeBron If you want to see their wonderful faces, check out youtube.com/975 The Fanatic Philadelphia. More of Kincade and Salciunas coming your way now.
This hour of Kincade and Salciunas is presented by Bradford White Water Heaters. Bradford White, they're here for the pro.
All right, it is 6:30 on Kincade and Salciunas 97.5 The Fanatic. We will get to the Davis Honda text line here momentarily, where you can feel the Davis difference by checking them out in Burlington. Our topic so far this morning, Eagles related. Jalen Carter got paid yesterday. Do you question anything that Howie Roseman and the Eagles do right now or are currently doing? Like, is there something with the roster? Is there something with the style of play? Is there something with contracts? Is there anything that you're going, I don't really like this? Tell us what it is, because I'm curious. Like, we could talk it out, and there's reasons why. Like, you can't pay everybody. So there's a reason why maybe the safety position is cheaper. I can't really question that because you got to pay the best players.
They have
and
to.
that's what they do, and I respect that and love that because good players make your team better.
It's so hard to come up with anything that would make you doubt Howie Roseman in any way. Because it's, again, it's sort of like you're just grasping at straws or you're trying to create something, because he has such a track record of making everything work. When people joke about, well, the salary cap, Connor always loves to say that. Well, there's no salary cap with Howie. It's a joke when he says it, but it's not sort of a joke in execution.
Yeah, because he figures it out.
He finds a way.
Figures it out all the time.
Finds a way.
And then the Phillies topic, are they deserving of a big splash at the trade deadline? Have they done anything this season for you to say, yes, they deserve this? You know, we kind of talked about it yesterday. Is your opinion more so in the past 4 years than what they've done in 2026? Connor, you still believe that they are deserving?
So it's really tough to take out the previous era. And what I've seen in 2026, right, there have been points in this season where you can look at this team and say, if they run into the right stretch, you've got the pitching. You have the top three arms that can get you through that. We've seen individual performances that could potentially get you to where you need to go. I do not think they're winning the World Series. I told you a week ago, I don't know about the playoffs being a sure thing. I'm down on this team. But you look at what some of the guys on this team are capable of and have given in previous seasons, and I think Dave Dombrowski in the front office owes it to them and to the fan base to still go all in. Because you have, the window, it might be, quote-unquote, closed. We don't know that for sure right now. I bet you it's going to be next time they take the field after this season, especially with the time you're missing next year.
Right. And look, I've been saying go big because they're going to be bad in 2030 regardless, right? Whether you pick up another big contract and trade away your prospects or you don't, because they don't have many prospects. So it's not like they have this farm system of you just wait till the 2030 Phillies hit the field.
Oh, yeah, wait till you see us.
Because it's going to be – they don't have that. They have a couple of guys that we are intrigued by based on – really no information, because I know not many people are going to Lehigh and going to Clearwater and watching minor league baseball. We're kind of just basing it off of what people tell us. And in baseball, more than any other sport, prospects are talked about like they're already surefire things all the time. Oh, 5-tool, can't miss player. And then they get to the big leagues and then they bat 150. And you go, oh, okay.
What is it, Tait? Last year was Tait.
Yeah.
We're all talking about Tait.
200 in low A right now.
He's also only 20. Nobody knows what the guy is.
No, I got you.
Well, no, but you do know that at 20, when you're supposed to be ascending, when you're supposed to be you're in A-ball and figuring it out, he's a mess.
No, I'm saying even in positive for trading him. Either direction. But I think the Phillies owe it. They deserve it based on talent, not performance.
I got you.
And I still think that needs to be accounted
on paper.
for.
You're basing it off of on paper. And that's why last year, I remember reading the article. 2 years ago on this show, I remember reading the article. And I hated reading the article. Going into the playoffs, it was, well, look at this team on paper. I remember reading it on ESPN.com.
You hate looking at stuff on paper,
I remember reading it on Fox Sports. I remember reading it on NBC Sports Philadelphia. I remember reading it, more so on the national platforms. Every national platform, when they were talking about the upcoming postseason, they always talked about the Phillies being the most dangerous team or the biggest threat to the Dodgers because of the roster.
And remember, Tim came in studio with us. Tim Kirchin came in September and was talking about that, and we disagreed with Tim.
Yeah. And look, it happens because we're so in it. It's like the Eagles last year. We, in-house, questioned a lot about the Eagles despite them winning.
You and Connor questioned a lot more than I did.
But
I got suckered in.
But we would
You
have
still
Shef-
question,
we would have
No, I
Shefty
questioned,
on.
but I got suckered into believing, okay, I did not think there was any way they were losing to the 49ers.
Yeah,
I did not think they were losing that home game to the 49ers. And if Jake Elliott isn't Missy Elliott on a extra point,
they may have.
no, they go to overtime.
Go
and
to
who knows?
overtime.
They go to overtime. They kick well, and then he kicks a field goal. Who knows?
Who knows what happens?
Exactly. What a mess.
All right, so we'll get to the Davis Honda text line here in a moment, but I'm calling for voice memos today, Johnny. It was so much fun hearing the people celebrate the LeBron James signing.
Oh my gosh.
But that's new Philadelphia fandom, right? Getting things that we wanted. I need us to untap the old Philadelphia.
Are you talking
fan.
about like your dad's generation that just the more woe is me?
No. I'll explain more.
Okay.
But you know how like as we all get older, we all I think get better in society and everything, and we try to flush away the old us, right? Oh, that's the old me. I don't do that stuff anymore. And then every once in a while you go out on a Friday night and the old you comes out and you're throwing them back, right? Having a great time. And then you're like, oh man, I haven't been like that in 15 years.
So we want drunk voicemails?
I want heckling voicemails today. I want
Okay. This is your heckling specific?
the Phillies. Whoever you want to heckle, I want it to be motivational heckling. No standing ovations. No, we love you guys. Well, proud of you. No. This team has skated by for too long. They have. You go to a Phillies game still at Citizens Bank Park, the starting lineup's being introduced, they still get the big ovation, man. Bryce Harper still gets the love. JT Realmuto, you would think is hitting 300 the way he gets celebrated when his name's introduced and not a 200 hitter in the beginning of a $3 or $45 million contract. I need motivational heckling today, Johnny, on the Davis Honda voice memo line at 610-632-0975. And the winner today will be traveling to Baltimore. And if things are still going poorly for the Fightins, I might need that energy, that attitude, and that charisma and that humor at the ballpark on Saturday.
And it'll be a great time anyway. I mean, it's a great ballpark. It's going to be fun. And you know that the Phillies are going to at least go on a little bit of a run. I'm convinced
Will they by Saturday?
No, it could be. I mean, it could be. But you know they're going to go on a little bit of a run. Maybe it starts this weekend. Maybe you're the good luck charm.
That'd be nice.
That makes it happen. Christopher wants to know if you're in any way getting tired of Bryce Harper's act. Christopher's asking on social media.
I didn't think yesterday was an act.
No, but his whole. I'm going to blame Rob Thompson. I'm going to blame the front office.
I ripped him for the Topper thing.
I mean, okay. I mean, now he's
yeah.
pointing fingers at the front office. I just think.
I agree with him.
Well, I agree.
You know what I mean? Like Dave Dombrowski sucks.
Yeah, but
and
not without
I need
the
that
mirror.
I need that to change.
But not without him. He does not have a mirror.
No, he doesn't. You're right.
Bryce Harper does not own a mirror. I'm convinced. And for somebody who's as manscaped as he is, I know he's got a mirror. He spends a lot of time in front of it. I can't get over it. He has no self-awareness. He has none. I can't believe it. And Christopher's like, I've reached my limit with this guy. He's a talented guy, a talented player, but he's a guy, he is, your perfect word, insufferable.
And then the next big home run he hits and he does the over-the-chest thing will be Gaga again. Chris will be goo goo gaga.
No, I don't think he will. I think it's you can do it, but when you're, I mean, he's offended by any critique of him, any critique of his performance.
He's reaching.
offended.
Look, much different circumstances. He's reaching the Embiid territory, right? Like all the talent.
Oh, he's delivered a lot more than him.
Yes, a little bit different. All the talent, things, you can question, is it the roster's fault? Is it the guy's fault, right? How many times do we do that? Is it Joel Embiid's reason why they're not winning something, or is it because of the rest of the roster they're not winning something? You know that Bryce Harper can be very, very good. And then
yes.
we know all these things, right?
I don't go there. I don't go there with Bryce Harper. Like Bryce Harper's delivered enough.
Yeah,
I'm just exhausted with his
point
whole
of exhaustion.
Look, they'll make another TikTok video and lecture the front office on what they need to do better.
But I agree with what he said about the front office yesterday because they do need to go out there and do something to wake this team up.
I think we all agree on that. But it's like, Bryce, could you tell us what you need to do better? instead of being offended by being compared to Freddie Freeman, could you tell us what you need to do better? What could you do to make this team better, Bryce? How about doing that?
Play better.
Any self-awareness? None. He has none. No self-awareness.
So I need good heckling. And we're going to give away a pair of tickets to join me and the team at Philly Sports Trips True Fan Travel. We're heading down to the Phillies game in Baltimore this Saturday, August 1st at Camden Yards, one of the most beautiful ballparks in Major League Baseball. These tickets include your spot on the charter bus to Baltimore, so you don't have to make the drive. You got a bus driver for you. Charter bus to Baltimore, the incredible pregame all-inclusive tailgate party, and it is all-inclusive, man. Like, you could close your eyes, you might think like you're on an island somewhere because you just have beers flowing and drinks flowing and all the food that you can eat. And, of course, tickets to the game. We'll all be sitting together, fellow Phillies fans. For more information and to purchase tickets, you can go to truefantravel.com. But today you can win a pair for you and a guest to travel with me and the team at Philly Sports Trips. I need old-school Philadelphia fan heckling today toward the Philadelphia Phillies. They're on the road right now. So these losses to the Marlins, there's like 6 people in that building. They don't really know what we're saying back at home. So we need you to put the messages out there. Old school Philadelphia heckling. No more stupid standing ovations. No more it's okay that he got suspended. I'm going to give him a standing ovation when he comes back from his PED suspension. No more nice Philadelphia today. We need heckling Philadelphia today, damn it. 610-632-0975. That's how you send in the voice memos. Let's go. I want to see you down in Baltimore because I need to know if we need to heckle them on Saturday, too. All right, coming up next, text messages. And, Johnny, I have to question how serious the Phillies are about winning.
There we go.
It's Kincade Salciunas, 97.5, The Fanatic.
Hall of Fame sports writer Jason
Break. Johnny and I discovered something.
We did.
Connor, have you heard of the latest update with our old buddy Harrison Bader?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you didn't hear this one?
What's going on with
It
him?
came out late last night. We had a nice dinner at Fleming's yesterday.
Great
Shout out
job.
to you, John Kincade. Thank you very much for a
Yeah, it was
wonderful,
awesome.
wonderful evening.
Steve and Chris, great hosts
Oh,
at
yeah.
Fleming's and Radnor, always. And Steve always took care of us out there. We loved it. I loved getting you guys out there. It was fun last night.
No, it was great.
Had a
Great
great time.
Great time yesterday. So we were busy. you
All
know?
ribeye guys, by the way.
Yes. I mean, it's freaking delicious.
Oh, you
Five-
recommended it, so I
But
was like,
five
I got to.
ribeyes at the table is that I would say at a steak place. That's odd that five guys would all go ribeye.
And 4 of the 5 of us survived it.
Yes. Well, lactose intolerant boy, not feeling well.
Sean Robin. It's all right.
He overdid it a little bit
We'll
last
see,
night.
we'll see
baby.
him tomorrow.
We'll see him.
There was an update on Harrison Bader, a player that we know because of last year's trade deadline, and then he signed with the San Francisco Giants. He's
2 years, $20 million.
Yep, he's not played since the month of May. May 29th was his last game. He injured his foot, his left foot.
With the plantar fasciitis.
Plantar fasciitis is we know all about that because Joel Embiid.
I've had it,
It's no joke.
I had it.
If it's bad, it's bad.
but it's
Yeah.
like it's something that can heal itself.
Yeah, it just levels
It's
to
pain.
it.
It's a pain.
But Connor, last night when he went to go see a specialist, the Giants also announced in the injury update that he had further injured the left foot in a scooter accident on quote unquote Saturday night / early Sunday morning.
Oh.
So that's not a it was 7 o'clock at night. That's not it was 7 o'clock in the morning. That was at some point in the evening, my man hurt his foot even more. A professional baseball player, a grown man at the age of 32, making millions of dollars,
Scootering.
further injured his left foot that he was already dealing with plantar fasciitis with, scootering.
2 things. One, I have crashed one of those bird scooters before because I was on my phone trying to take a video. Those things are a little bit squirrely, so they can be dangerous. Secondly, wait for today's headlines. That's going to be one of 2 scooter incidents
Really?
on
Oh my
today's
there's
show.
more?
Really?
We got an
The
epidemic?
scooters are dangerous.
Oh, jeez. All
It's
right.
sort of one of those things like guys like stay off mopeds. Guys, stay off the scooters. Like you're not a college student anymore. Like, and even the college students don't look. If you think you look cool doing it,
Nah,
you
yeah,
don't. You
Oh,
don't.
scooters are sick, man.
You don't look
do a
cool
couple
doing
wheelies,
it. You don't look cool doing
spin
it.
the thing around.
As you're driving down Leah Course Walk in
See
your
how
scooter,
strong my shin is.
the girls on campus aren't going, oh my gosh,
Oh, dude,
look,
come on, man.
he's on his scooter.
Come on, man. The hair's,
No, it's
hair's
not.
flowing.
Yeah, it really
you know?
doesn't look great. Yeah.
All right.
Usually got the skull caps on.
What do we have on the
Shaggy.
Davis Honda text line? Feel the Davis difference. Check them out in Burlington.
We have a lot of people really happy about the Phillies today.
I doubt that.
Joe from the Northeast checks in and says, hey, checking in. Are the Phillies making the playoffs still? I told you guys months ago they aren't going to make
Yes.
the playoffs. This team stinks.
They will make the playoffs. Yes.
They should make the playoffs.
He asked the question. Yes, they will make the playoffs.
They should make the playoffs.
The
yes.
Pirates are not making the playoffs ahead of the Phillies.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes, the Diamondbacks are not making the playoffs ahead
It
of the
doesn't
Phillies.
mean it's going to be pretty.
Right. It
It
doesn't
could
matter.
be a back in like they did in 2022.
Sure.
And then what happened in 2022?
Well, they didn't have a manager that had ever been.
They're following,
wait a minute.
they're
they
following the
did.
same recipe, man.
Yeah.
Remember, 2022 got dicey at the end, too. Maybe they're just saying, you know what? Let's just do it all over again. Let's have a horrible start, fire the manager, turn the season around, but then we're going to show our true colors. At least we think we're showing our true colors later on in the season, but then we'll back our way into the playoffs. Everyone's going to count us out, and then we're going to go on a run. Maybe they're just doing that.
It could happen.
It is the same script, right down to most of the city hating the team.
Yeah, exactly. All right, what else we got?
All right. John in Tennessee checked in and says, last night the Phillies answered the question, should they buy or sell? Break it up, tear it down, sell, sell, sell. Everyone but Sanchez, Schwarber, and Wheeler.
Yeah, you just know that they're not going to sell, right? Like, we can talk about, if you really think about it, could that be a possibility? And I would imagine there would a lot of people that would say sell, and it's not just out of frustration. It's out of the belief that they're not going to win anything, so why add? You might as well sell some of the movable assets like a Duran, right? That would get you a haul at the trade deadline if they did that. But do you really think Dave Dombrowski's going to sell? He's not going to do that.
He's not, because it would, again, he'd have to admit that he was wrong. He'd have to admit that he'd done a bad job. He's not going to admit that.
Well, so was buying at the deadline, honestly.
He's not going to admit. Oh, I agree with you.
I
agree with you.
If it's what we've been asking for all season long, and they do that at the trade deadline,
If I was,
it shows that we were right all along.
if I was the Phillies, I'd deal Duran. With a year and a half left in his contract, I'd deal.
I mean,
Duran.
you would get so much
You
back.
would get so much for Duran. I would do it in a heartbeat.
I would not. Just in case.
Just in
Yep, I'm not even thinking about it.
just in case.
Just
So you're
in
just
case,
going to be, you're going to have, you know what you're going to have? You're going to have fancy rims on a beaten up jalopy. That's what you're going to have. You're going to have a beautiful, you're going to look at the rims on this old beat up car. If you put fancy rims on a Carlos the Civic, that's what you'd have.
I mean, the rusted ones that are on now. Yeah, I could probably use.
Go buy some
use
nice
new ones.
rims.
All right. Also, we have our first voice memo that has been sent in. No, we don't.
Not quite ready yet. We're down a man, so we're working on it.
Okay. All right. From what I was told, it was okay. Guys, this is a trip to Baltimore.
Right.
Bus ride. All you can eat, all you can drink. You might need the all you can drink
And
before
you
the
can
Phillies
heckle.
game. And you can heckle.
Which is fine.
And that's how you're going to win the trip. Is the best heckler today on the Davis Honda voice memo line, 610-632-0975. The Phillies have not been able to hear it because they've been in Miami. If you were to heckle the Phillies, what would you say? And I need it like old school Philadelphia, man. Like humor, you name it. We need good heckling today. By the way, I do have this question. Todd Zalecki was on with Middays with Marks
The
yesterday.
Zone, as they were calling it.
And he was asked, Sean Bryce asked him about Trey Turner and whether or not he's going to finish the season as a shortstop at the Phillies. My question is just how serious this Phillies team is in trying to win. This was Todd Zalecki's answer.
Not right now. I think that's more of probably an off-season conversation. Now, if I looked this up last night, Trey has committed 7 errors in his last 10 games. The last Phillies shortstop to have 7 errors in a 10-game span was Desi Relaford in June of 2000. So we're going back a ways for a shortstop that struggled like this. So if he would continue to play like this, does he have the yips? Possibly. Right now, I think it's definitely on his mind. If he continues to play like this, maybe they'll be forced to do something this season. I still think it's unlikely, but I think any sort of move off of shortstop is probably an off-season discussion, as you have more of an opportunity to kind of set up the team the way you want. But, certainly it's not good enough, and certainly it kind of scares you when you think about the postseason in October, a big moment in the game, and the ball gets hit to shortstop. You kind of hold your breath, and it kind of makes you nervous. I don't think Trey is going to be moving anytime soon. It's probably more in the offseason or beyond.
What was the laughing?
That was John, like the manic laugh so I don't cry.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Desi Relaford is a name that he mentioned.
Man, that was bad.
You want to guess what his career salary was in Major League Baseball? 1998 to 2005, 7 seasons and 8 seasons in Major League Baseball.
$3.3 million.
Connor?
5.5.
You're close. 5.275, a little over $5 million Desi Relaford made. Trey Turner made $5 million getting off the toilet this morning. Like, he's
I felt like I did too.
He's getting paid a lot of money to perform like Desi Relaford, who was one of the worst shortstops that we watched play baseball in Philadelphia.
And Turner, the butcher, is arguably worse.
And we're not going to move him. Why?
Because remember, Trey doesn't like it.
So are we serious about winning?
Trey doesn't like it.
Are we serious about winning?
And they cater to Trey. They cater, baby.
All right.
Got to cater. Got to make sure. And got to run it up the flagpole by Bryce. Make sure Bryce signs off on it.
I don't think Bryce
Unbelievable.
Harper's the reason why Turner's at or not at shortstop.
Well, it's the reason he's here.
Yeah, and everybody was okay with it at first.
Not everybody.
All right, coming up next, more on the extension of Jalen Carter, because Adam Schefter is going to join us at 8 o'clock. He went on Twitter yesterday after the Jalen Carter news and may have already hinted at future moves for the Eagles. We'll talk about that coming up next, and we'll dive into more big paydays for the Birds. It's Kincade and Salciunas 97.5, The Fanatic.
Now, on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Highest paid defensive tackle in NFL history. I'm Connor Thomas. The Eagles locked down Jalen Carter to a monster contract extension yesterday, giving him 4 years, $152 million, 106 of that guaranteed. And a new deal makes him the highest paid defensive tackle in the history of the National Football League. It also keeps one of the most important pieces on the defense here in Philadelphia for the foreseeable future. Herm Edwards talked about the impact of the extension yesterday.
He's a disruptor. I mean, he can blow things up inside, and that's the scary part. You got to double him. You can't allow him to just try to single up on him because he can make things very bad for offenses. So they needed to get him, obviously.
It's also perfect timing. The Eagles have their first training camp practice today. Nick Sirianni will meet with the media at approximately 9:30 a.m. The Phillies' struggles continued last night as they got shut out in a 1-0 loss to the Marlins. Only had 4 hits in the game. They've now lost 5 of their last 6 games. Their first 4 series coming out of the All-Star break. The trade deadline is Monday, and, man, they are backing their way into it. Game 3 today is at 12:10 p.m. down in Miami. Jesus Luzardo on the mound facing Ryan Gusto. The Sixers traded Janai Broom and a 2027 second-round pick to the Clippers for cash considerations yesterday. This clears room for an official signing of Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and will also clear room to keep the Sixers under both luxury tax aprons. Zach Berman of The Athletic joins us at 7:30 to talk the Jalen Carter extension. Adam Schefter will do the same with us at 8:05. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic app.
.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic app.
All right, it is 7 a.m. here on Kincade Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic. It is an Adam Schefter Wednesday, and we'll be speaking with Adam Schefter coming up at 8 o'clock. Big day to have Adam Schefter on after the news yesterday that Jalen Carter became the highest paid defensive tackle in the National Football League. And speaking of Adam Schefter, man, oh man, good for Howie Rosen getting ahead of things. Leonard Williams, who's a stud with the Seattle Seahawks.
He is.
They are now in conversations about a new deal.
Ooh.
Another defensive tackle, Another stud. Now, he's older. He's 30.
older.
He's
30
32 years old.
32? Well, then the contracts will be different.
But, again, Howie Roseman's saying, I'm not even going to deal with this at training camp. We're going to get this done beforehand so we don't have to do any hold-ins, so we don't have to have people asking the questions, and the guys are going to have to just talk about it. And it not that it would have been a major distraction, but it would have been a major talking point. Like, we would have talked about it a lot. Jalen Carter watched. Does he get paid?
Oh, he's not getting in reps. He's just there stretching. He's working out until this contract gets worked out.
It would have been a daily check-in, like the daily A.J. Brown updates we did, right? Like, that's just how it goes when you're a incredibly talented player like that, and a big part of the reason why your defense has been so good. So I'm glad they got the job done. Jalen Carter, 4-year extension. $106 million guaranteed. He's the highest paid defensive tackle in the National Football League. But Shefty yesterday, and I'm curious when we have him on to sort of get an understanding of what the Eagles still could do, he immediately put out a tweet afterwards saying the Eagles are paying both defensive tackles, Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis, this offseason. We'll have a similar situation next year when cornerbacks Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean both become eligible for contract extensions. When you read the tweet, we always learn how to speak Shefty, right? How many times have we had to do that? Like, all right, even though Adam's not just saying it, you got to kind of read between the lines of what he's saying.
Yeah, because he sometimes is a little cryptic.
Is he saying they will have a similar situation? Like, do they decide between one or the other? Or is it they have a similar situation where they will be able to lock up both? Because if you're Howie Roseman, you don't want either of them to go.
Well, I said it to you earlier that the numbers from Warren Sharp.
Yep.
I don't know how they can. Like, I really don't know how they can. Like, how are you going to play? How are you paying Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean at the top of market? How?
Yeah, it's going to be tough, man.
When you're already paying other guys top of market. I just don't know how they'll be able to do that and whether they will or not.
Thank God we got Howie Roseman, man.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, that's what I go back to. It sounds very cop-out, but, like, they got Howie Roseman. Like, if there's anybody that can figure that out, it's Howie Roseman. Now, the deeper conversation is you're going to be parting ways with other guys to make sure these guys are paid.
Correct.
And so all you people with number 26 jerseys, like, oh, wait, Connor's wearing right now.
We got Saquon Barkley.
I swear I didn't mean that. But Saquon Barkley might be on the way out. And we already know that Dallas Goedert's going to be done eventually, right? Like, I don't know if he's going to keep on living.
It's every year.
Yeah, right. Like, he'll be gone eventually. And there's going to be other players. The offensive line, Lane Johnson's going to retire at some point. We'll see about the future of Landon Dickerson. There's obviously the big question about Jalen Hurts. Do you go from $60 million a year quarterback, or do you go to somebody else, right? Like, there's going to be some big questions that are going to be answered, and a lot of them are because of financial implications of what the Eagles have to still do moving forward.
Absolutely. I mean, there's going to be a lot of things that have to be decided. Those things, thankfully, can wait till after the next parade.
Yes.
And I'm not talking the Sixers parade.
No.
I'm about the Eagles parade.
Well, they'll all have a parade around the same window.
Is Ricky still calling for a third parade, or is that was that a miss?
Well, I'm curious. We have post-game audio. Is that correct,
Yeah,
Connor?
we do. Yeah, we have Ricky.
So Ricky Metallico, we sort of responded to Bryce Harper's plea that they need help, and we asked the question today whether or not they are deserving of the help. Like, have they played to a level this season where they are deserving for Dave Dombrowski to make some big splash trade on August 3rd's trade deadline? And the answer is no for you and I. Connor said yes, even though it's more so because of who they are and not what they have done.
And Connor's the one who most likely of the three of us, that says he thinks they could miss the playoffs.
Right. It's funny. That's kind of crazy,
Which
actually.
is a little crazy.
Yeah. This was Ricky Metallico after hearing what Bryce Harper said on NBC Sports Philadelphia last night, the Phillies postgame show.
I think this is all a message to Dave Dombrowski. I don't know how else you could look at this.
You're absolutely right.
But saying you need some help, what if you don't get it? That's the only thing that scares me.
Right.
Like, you're talking about, it almost sounds like, well, we're in trouble. We need help. Your name's Bryce Harper, for crying out loud. You play with Kyle Schwarber and Trey Turner and JT Realmuto and Alec Boehm. How the heck do you need help? That's what I'm worried about. Why is he saying that they need help? Is something deeper than we know?
Yeah, well, on balance, you'd have to say they need more help with the bats than the arms Way more help. When
Yeah,
you look
I
at
would
one
say so
run or
because-
less in a quarter of their games.
Look, if the playoffs were to start tomorrow and they were in it, they have plenty of pitching to get through. There's absolutely no doubt about that. The problem is the offense. And when he said we need a little bit of everything or whatever, we need everything. I mean, does he realize that he's in the same clubhouse with these guys that he's basically telling they're not good enough?
Hey, guys, you know what I'm going to say? It's almost as if us talking about running it back over and over again is a bad idea was the correct take. Because they are talented. Nobody's saying that they are not a talented bunch. We can talk about elite status versus not elite status, all-star versus not all-star. They are a talented group. They should not have these swings in a season where it's just so bad. But, guys, they choked in 2023. They did not show up to the playoffs in 2024. And the mistakes that they make throughout the courses of regular seasons came up again at the worst time in 2025 against a team that you can't make mistakes against in the Dodgers. It's almost as if the reasons why they have been losing the last couple of years in the postseasons continue to be an issue for the Phillies moving forward because you're not changing anything. Dave Dombrowski has continued to run it back. He extended players. JT Realmuto was brought back despite the last couple of postseasons of this team struggling. Tell me how that makes sense. Don't give me he handles the pitching staff well. You have to make changes because there might be something to, as Jalen Hurts would say, a DNA thing. There might be something to this baseball team that gets tight in playoff games and big moments, and when you're supposed to have an impactful stretch run like they're supposed to be on right now about a trade deadline. They've gotten tight during this. This is a group that gets tight anytime the lights are at their brightest. Why are we surprised? This has been happening for 4 years now.
I don't understand, though, why, and I do think that it's a lot of people that have now, it's all of a sudden, too, I'm hearing JT Realmuto. That people are like the veil has been lifted over. Wow. JT's declined. JT's been declining for 4 years.
Yeah, he should not have been re-signed. Like that was.
The contract that he was re-signed.
Yeah, like 1 year.
Even his defenders would not have said to do that contract. But come on, I mean, it's horrendous.
It's really bad. And so today, your chance to win a pair of tickets. And the bus trip and the all-inclusive tailgate from Philly Sports Trips, True Fan Travel, Phillies, Orioles in Baltimore, this Saturday, August 1st. I will be heading down with the team. I'll be heading down with you. And we will drink and get ready for the Phillies game. And it'll either be a celebration or it'll be a day of heckling. And that's why today's contest is the best heckler on the Davis Honda voice memo line at 610-632-0975. Because these games are happening in Miami and there's 7 people in attendance, they don't know how bad they're playing. You need to be able to let your voice be heard, and today's the day for it. So, Connor, what has been sent in so far?
Now, this is DK in Norristown. You mentioned this voice memo before, but because he went through the trouble of sending it, we'll still let you hear it.
This is DK from Norristown. I just want to say, I'm a big Phillies fan. I'm hoping that they win it all. Get rid of Bryce Harper. I don't think they're going to win. Unfortunately, I think we have too much payroll and we're too old. We need to start training some of our, candidates and get some younger players, somebody with more, people with more energetic. Let's go. Let's go, Phil.
He has 6 years left? Does he have 6 years left?
Something like that, yeah.
Who do you think wants that contract?
Nobody does.
The Trey Turner contract is 7 years, and that's horrendous.
Yeah.
Nobody's taking that. I think somebody would consider Bryce's contract because he can be a DH in the American League.
And $25 million is actually cheap nowadays.
And in 2 years, that's going to seem very, very doable if he doesn't continue his decline.
Yeah. But I can't see them trading Bryce Harper right now. I appreciate DK chiming in, but that's not heckling. That was an opinion and a take.
That would almost sounded like a beaten man.
Yeah, but it sounded like somebody that was just chiming in on the show, which I appreciate you, DK. Thank you for doing that.
We do appreciate it, right?
But I want heckling. I want you're a bum. You guys all stink. I come on, old Philadelphia. It's why I know you kind of have to close your eyes and go back to that day and age and try to bring that back out of you. Like when my dad was having me call David Bell a bum from the third base foul line. It was very nice of me. Do we have a heckle?
Yeah, Matt checks in from Destin, Florida.
Hold on.
With errors like that, go play for the Mets, you bum.
Yeah, see, that's heckling. Thank you.
That's heckling.
Now,
but he's in Destin.
You're in Destin, Florida.
By the way, Destin, just beautiful. You guys have never been?
I have not, no.
Oh, my gosh. Most beautiful
I've
beach.
met a Destiny before.
We'll talk about that off the
Yeah,
air.
exactly. Destin, Florida, it appears somebody just took the pouches of pure cane sugar and just poured them on the beach.
Destiny Sugar.
Well, was that her name? Yeah, I didn't realize that. It's very good.
All right, so I need heckling. All right, I need heckling like that, but he's in Destin, Florida. So unless he wants to take a flight up to then take a bus ride to Baltimore,
Yeah,
I need
believe
more.
that's
All right, come on. Old school Philadelphia. I get it. We are 2026 Phillies. We love them.
Oh, yes.
And let's give Trey Turner a standing ovation.
Dancing on my own.
Like, I get it. I get it. We've gotten a little bit softer in society.
A little bit softer?
And part of that's a good thing. Part of that's also a bad thing. Like, this team needs to hear it. They've been skating by for too long. Man, how many times have we had the conversation of, could you imagine if the Eagles had lulls like this? They wouldn't hear the freaking end of it.
The Eagles never get the treatment that the Phillies do.
No,
I have no
they've
idea
been more
why.
successful.
I have no idea why the Phillies get this just blatant pass.
Yes.
I mean, come on.
I need you to let the Phillies hear it. 610-632-0975. Best heckle voice memo will be in the running, or will win the Philly Sports Trips trip to Baltimore.
You guys are going to have a great time.
You might need a heckle down there, for all I know. All right, what do we have on the Davis on the text line? You can feel the Davis difference. Check them out in Burlington. We're reacting to Jalen Carter getting paid. Do you question anything that the Eagles are doing right now? The way this roster's set up, with the way the pay scale is going, with everything the Eagles are doing for this season and beyond, are you questioning anything? And then the Phillies, do they deserve it? A big trade at the deadline. What do we got?
We've gotten a bunch of texts this morning. Not a single one on Jalen Carter and the Eagles. It's all people mad at the Phillies.
Okay,
Now,
that's incredible.
Phillies are back burner, or Eagles are back burner for a lot of people right now
Because
with the LeBron. and
it's positivity, too.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
Positivity.
If it bleeds, it leads. Mike from Virginia checks in and says the only one that can sell is Middleton. Dombrowski has no incentive to build for the future. He won't be here for. He's going to buy, and he should. The bright spot in losing all these one-run games is we really are a couple hits away. So buy the hits. Get a bat and see what happens. Sure, the plane is on fire in the air, but you still have to try and land it.
Yeah, and they're going to. Like, Dave Dombrowski is not going to sell. Dave Dombrowski is not going to, not make a move. He's going to try to make a big splash. I know the Buxton thing keeps on coming up again. There was, was it Buster that reported that he would be willing to waive it with the Phillies. I don't know why the Phillies are, the one team that he'd be willing to
Jim
waive.
Salisbury said.
Jim Salisbury said
that,
it? Okay. But look, he's got a no trade clause for a reason. He can pick the destination, and clearly Philadelphia.
I'm so tired of hearing about Buxton.
Yeah, but at this point, you got to do it.
No, but I don't believe he's doing it.
No, me
but
neither.
LeBron's here now.
Yeah,
so hey,
exactly.
I don't believe it either. But if I understand the injury concerns, I get it. But right now, you just got to do it. You just got to do it. Yeah. All right. They can call it. So Austin just let us know that there are people that are calling in to do the heckling instead of just doing the voice memos. You could call in. We could do this. We could do this live. You can do it live on the air. 610-632-0975. That's fine. All right. What's the poll of the day? Brought to us by Dr. Avedon Appel and the team at Iron Mountain Men's Health. Poll is always strong here on Kincade and Salciunas. Are you going to miss hearing that? How is your poll going to be when you're in Atlanta?
I'm not sure. I think my poll will be just fine.
Doc's not right around the corner.
No, he's not. I love Dr.
He helps
Avedon
us
Appel.
He helps us every morning.
Hope he's great.
What do we got, Connor?
Has the Phillies skid since the All-Star break changed the way you look at the team's strategy at the trade deadline? Two options. No, just a bad stretch. Yes, they're not good enough. 68% of responders are saying, yes, they're not good enough. Only 32% saying, no, it's just a bad stretch.
So I guess my follow-up to people saying, yes, not good enough, and I understand why, are you saying sell, or what's strategy? They wanted to go all in for Skubal, and now they're saying, just get me Michael Lorenzen. What does that mean, the change of strategy?
I think the idea that the strategy is this team has been – I don't think they've been all in, though. They've never gone all in at the trade deadline. They've never gone and, rolled the dice and done, some dramatic, crazy move, even though we love the Duran move is great. I honestly would flip Duran. I have one of my buddies giving me grief going, I can't believe you'd think about getting rid of Duran. I said, for what reason? Why are you? Do you think they're winning a World Series this year? And I get the answer back, no. I said, then what are you Then what are you doing? So you're going to keep them for the year, like the 70 games you get next year during the lockout year, and then what are you going to do? Keep them around for a rebuild?
The answer will always be, and it's the answer I hate, if they get hot.
Well, if they get hot.
And I hate that answer because there are teams that are if they get hot proof, like the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Phillies literally, because of the way this roster is so disgustingly constructed, like if Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber and Trey Turner are not playing good baseball, this team stinks. They do, and it's been an issue. It's why in the playoffs if two of those guys is not playing really well, they fall apart.
By the way,
they
too,
melt.
now, and I have to say this too because Jim wants to Jim give me a little grief on email. He says, John, you seem to have a real gripe with Harper, and he goes, and I can't argue with the facts that you presented. But why are you letting Kyle Schwarber off the hook? He's been horrendous since the All-Star break. He's been horrendous.
Yeah.
He has been. He's absolutely been terrible. Overall, though, in the total body of work, he has been pretty good, yes, and I do expect he'll go on another tear. But, yeah, he deserves to be called out for his performance since the All-Star break has been terrible.
My question is, who's been good since the All-Star break? Is there anybody?
No.
Nobody. Nobody.
At least at the start of the year, if Harper was struggling or Schwarber was struggling, Marsh was going. And you had that. You had a little bit of a pocket with Alec Boehm and Bryce and Stott figuring some stuff out.
Yeah.
You've got nobody going right
Stott's
now.
been playing all right now, but Bryson Stott's not carrying a lineup.
No.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Bryson Stott's like two singles.
You know he's going to win a batting title, though.
Yeah, it could happen one day.
That's what they're saying around the Phillies. He's going to win a batting title one day.
Like Schwarber, when he's hot, can carry the team.
Right.
Harper, when he's hot, can carry the team. Brandon Marsh, the idea of him.
I mean,
before the
Schwarber's
All-Star
carried
break,
them.
yeah.
Schwarber's carried them.
I mean, last year he literally, honestly, he carried them to the playoffs last year. His bat, but Bryson Stott, a couple of hits here and there is not. He's not going to carry this. He big part of their win against the Yankees, the one win they had, 5 ribbies. But like other than that, like that's a one-off for Bryson Stott. All right, what else we got?
All right, we also have a check-in here. Dave and Matt Laurel says the Phillies lead all of Major League Baseball this season with 26 games, scoring 1 or fewer runs. Their
That's
record
incredible.
in those games is 2-24. Sell, baby, sell. These guys are not going to learn how to hit.
I mean, at some point, the adult has to enter the room and say, "There's enough data here. Enough data here. This team's just not good enough."
And that sucks, man.
They're bad.
And
Could Mike Gansey come over and help out
maybe
just for the trade deadline?
he was able to flip some
Maybe he
things
could.
around.
I don't know.
Could he trade Trey Turner?
I think Mike Gansey could turn Trey Turner into.
The Red Sox are looking for a shortstop.
Well, who's the shortstop?
Trey Turner, man. He's an all-star.
Who's the shortstop?
All-star last year starter, right?
Oh my God!
I
2 years ago.
All right, hey Boston, I got an all-star starting shortstop for you if you want him.
All-star shortstop.
Yeah, former.
Yeah, former.
I got former leader of America,
Edward Scissorhands.
I got him.
Yeah, that 2 weeks he was great.
Hey, won a batting title last year. You won?
Oh yeah, that is.
I could sell Trey Turner.
Really
to the
cool
Boston Red
slide?
Sox. Yeah,
Still
really
fast.
cool slide. It's fast when he gets on base and runs.
Yeah,
because he doesn't do that all that often. That was another thing, by the way. That's a disappointing part of the Trey Turner experience. The whole what he does on the base paths. We haven't really gotten that much. Hamstrings have been popping up, quads, whatever. All right, coming up next, Zach Berman will join us from The Athletic. The
I like that
Philadelphia
guy.
Eagles. Yes, we do. Philadelphia Eagles, they extended Jalen Carter yesterday. No hesitation for me or John Kincade about doing it. Why did it take so long? What was the holdup? We'll get to the bottom of the Jalen Carter contract coming up next with Zach Berman here on Kincade Salciunas 97.5, The Fanatic. Well, let me tell you about that. Family Jewelers.
Why don't you do that?
I would love to, because I love them. Let's be honest. Shopping for an engagement ring, it can feel a lot like shopping for a used car. You walk in, you're not really sure who to trust. There's a ton of pressure because you're about to make a huge purchase, and you got the eyes on you, right? Like everyone's staring at you like, oh, yeah, look at this sucker. And then you're left wondering whether or not you're actually getting what you paid for, or if you just fell for a good sales pitch. Well, not at Family Company Jewelers. Family Company Jewelers, they are completely changing the game on the jewelry buying process, not just for engagement rings, but every bit of jewelry that you could think of. Family Company Jewelers on Route 70, Marlton, New Jersey, makes it simple, They are honest. They are pressure-free. There are no sales commissions. There's no upselling, no games, just real transparent pricing. So transparent that, like, you walk in and you see it. Every engagement ring and every piece of jewelry in their showcases has the price clearly listed. So you're not walking in with no price tags, and they're going to give you a different price than the person that comes in 10 minutes later or the person that was in 10 minutes before you, because they look at you and go, yeah, we can get more out of this guy. No, Family Company Jewelers, transparent. Boom, there's the pricing for it. They're family-owned, they're family-run, and they're focused on doing right by every customer who walks through the door. And I have walked through that door numerous times and have made numerous purchases. It's why I keep on going back. So stop by their showroom, Route 70 in Marlton, New Jersey. You can always shop online at familyjewelers.com, but my suggestion is get the ideas online. Go in person for the entire experience. It's a great team there, great family. Family Company Jewelers, South Jersey's diamond destination.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
A pre-training camp deal. I'm Connor Thomas, and that's what the Eagles got done with Jalen Carter yesterday, locking him down to a 4-year extension, $152 million, 106 of that guaranteed, and it makes him the highest-paid defensive tackle in NFL history. It also keeps him locked down here in Philly for the foreseeable future. Dan Orlovsky talked about the importance of that yesterday.
Huge for Philadelphia. They believe they have the right people in the building to make sure that not only on the field he continues to dominate, but off the field he continues to go about his business in the right way. This should be a top 5 defense in the NFL again, and certainly one of the best defensive lines.
It's perfect timing. The Eagles had their first training camp practice today. Nick Sirianni will also meet with the media at 9:30 this morning, or around then if he's on time. The Phillies' struggles continued last night as they got shut out in a 1-0 loss to the Marlins. They only tallied 4 hits in the game. They've now lost 5 of their last 6 games. Their first 4 series coming out of the All-Star break. They're struggling as the trade deadline approaches. That's Monday. Game 3 in Miami is today at 12:10. Jesus Luzardo faces Ryan Gusto. The Sixers traded Janai Broom and a 2027 second-round pick to the Clippers for cash considerations yesterday. That clears some room for an official signing of Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and it also keeps the Sixers under both the luxury tax aprons. We'll talk to Zach Berman of The Athletic coming up next about the Jalen Carter deal. This update's brought to you by the YMCA. At the YMCA, your goals, your crew, your place. Make this year your strongest yet at the Y. Join today at ymca.org/nearme. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
You tell it
Favorite casino games, there's always another way to win on the BetParx online casino and sportsbook. Got to be 21 in Pennsylvania, Jersey, or Maryland. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Somebody hands you $106 million. Would you immediately put down like $1 million on your favorite team to win something?
No.
No?
Not if I played for that team. I'd be in a lot of trouble.
Well, then you'd be in a lot of trouble, yes.
No, or you'd be Ipe.
Yeah.
No,
I'm saying me personally. Like,
no, I would not.
If somebody gave me $106 million, I think I'd gamble at least $1 million of it on one bet.
No, I'll be in Vegas on Monday morning.
Yeah,
I'll get off
exactly.
a plane on Monday morning. I would definitely. How about this?
I got 105.
My envelopes, I'd maybe put an extra $100 a day in.
Okay.
My envelopes.
For the $106 million.
Yeah, maybe do that. Something along those lines.
$106 million guaranteed. That's what Jalen Carter got yesterday in his contract extension. Our question for you today at 610-632-0975. Is there anything that the Eagles are doing that you question? Like, I don't know if I really like this, because it just seems like every time the Eagles are in the news, we're happy about it. And joining us now to talk more about the contract extension and the beginning of training camp from The Athletic, our man Zach Berman joins us. Zach, good morning.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for coming on, man, especially after big news like yesterday, Jalen Carter getting the big contract extension. What went into it? What took this long? And was this something that Howie Roseman just wanted to get done before training camp so that there was no distractions?
Yeah, so I wouldn't say it took that long. I mean, it's in the first few months that he's eligible for it. I frankly think if it lingered beyond this season, that's when you say it took too long. I mean, for NFL standards, this is pretty quick to work out a contract extension. But you are right. This is something that was important to monitor because it is the Eagles' MO to act swiftly, especially when you have term left on the deal. You can bake that into the new contract. And in this case, I think there were probably questions of, do the Eagles feel comfortable making the investment in the person? And clearly they were here with this sum of money, with this significant of an investment. But in Jalen Carter's case throughout his career, there's little question about his talent. There have been questions at times about whether it's maturity, consistency, durability, but he is a defensive player of the year candidate. He's one of the few players in the league you can say that about. The Eagles don't let special players out of the building, and they showed here why they wanted to keep him at this price.
Zach, he has been one of the sort of elite players on the Eagles, though, that has been sort of publicly criticized at times, called out a little publicly, especially by his defensive coordinator, Vic Fangio. You see that more as a motivational technique because he's used to being coached hard. I watched Kirby Smart coach him hard. I mean, I know that happens.
Yeah, it's a good point, John. It's worked both ways, right? I mean, Vic has said in the past that he's needed to be in better shape. Vic has also said, like, when other players have collected sacks, that it was all Jalen Carter doing it, right? That it was the work Jalen Carter did at the line of scrimmage. Vic Fangio is a truth teller in that regard. So perhaps there's some motivational element to it, but I don't know if it's that as much as, there were times he was dealing with the shoulder injury. He needed to be, he was missing time in the summer leading into camp. The reality is when he's on his game, there are a few players in the league, if anyone, like him. I mean, he is the closest thing I've seen to Ndamukong Suh, in the past decade. And so I think that when it comes down to it, he's just an exceptional talent, and the Eagles didn't want to let an exceptional talent out of the building.
Zach Berman joining us here on Kincade Salciunas. Now, Zach, as every human does, you always think about what's next after big news. Or I'm a vacation guy, right? Last day of vacation, I'm thinking about my next vacation. Eagles signed Jalen Carter. We're all excited. And then we go, well, how the hell are they going to pay Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean? Next year, they'll be eligible to get paid. Could you see any of them walking out the door?
No, I mean, I think those two players in particular, the Eagles will be apt to keep. They can't keep everybody, so there are, Moro Ojimo is an outstanding player, and he's someone who is going to probably playing elsewhere in 2027 on a contract similar to what Milton Williams signed. Nolan Smith, you can have questions there. What the long term future is, but I think Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell are two players that the Eagles will will find a way to keep. And I say it because I know we can have these conversations. In the building, it's not like they woke up today and they're like, oh, Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell are eligible for deals next year. No, I mean, this is all part of their long-term planning. And if you want to look at a big picture, what the Eagles are doing here is really transitioning offensive money to defensive money. Yeah. So what they've done in the past 3-4 years is draft exceptionally well on the defensive side of the ball, have those players on cost-controlled rookie contracts, and now they need to pay them. And what they've had is a lot of money invested in the offensive side. So what you're going to see over the next 2-3 years is inexpensive players on offense. So that means the offensive line, they're going to need to draft on the offensive line to get starting offensive linemen on cost-controlled contracts. You've seen it at wide receiver with Micaiah Lemon. We might have a conversation, 2 years from now about running back on a cost-controlled contract. Tight end, you saw that with drafting Eli Stowers. So the Eagles are going to need to draft well on offense, because the reality is if you have a number of players making $30+ million on defense, it's going to have to balance itself out on offense.
I have some concerns about the backup offensive linemen, mainly because of the fact of the health of the starting offensive linemen. Is that potentially overstated? Because I've got to tell you, I don't know much about some of the guys.
Yeah. So the first thing I'll say is that I could probably hear Howie's voice in my head if I brought this up to him. Howie would say, Zach, if your biggest concern is your backup interior offensive line, you probably have a good roster.
Sure, absolutely.
But you are correct about that, John. I think that is a concern going into the season. Drew Kendall is their top interior offensive line reserve. He's entering year 2. Michael Jordan, the offensive guard, not the shooting guard. The Eagles signed him at the end of training camp. He has some starting experience, so we'll see him there. But yeah, they're really going to need to develop some of these backup interior offensive linemen. Cam Jurgens and Landon Dickerson had injury issues last year. The Eagles, if they're not healthy, we need to see how these reserves look. And there's a lot of pressure, frankly, on Chris Cooper, the new offensive line coach. What Jeff Stoutland did exceptionally well was develop talent. And Chris Cooper in Minnesota, you didn't see that as much. So he was gifted, Chris Cooper, one of the best starting offensive linemen in the league, or I should say one of the best starting offensive lines in the league. His value is really going to be seen in how he develops Drew Kendall, Willie Lampkin, some of these down the depth chart players who might need to step in if there are injuries.
Now, last thing, Zach, as we're about to begin training camp in Philadelphia and across the NFL, there's not many battles for starting jobs. It's 4th and 5th wide receiver. It's swing tackles. It's the depth pieces. But is there something with the starting 11 on either side of the ball that you're going to be keeping a close eye on throughout training camp? Maybe you're developing a story that you're going to, at the end of camp, say, all right, I was watching for this, and this was the answer I got.
Did you ask on the offensive side of the ball?
Either side. There's not many starting positions that are up for grabs.
So that second safety spot, I'll be watching closely, right, next to Drew Makuba. I think Marcus Epps is the front runner to win it. I think Michael Carter can push to win that job. I think Howie Roseman might not be finished there. I can see a trade. I think the wide receiver rotation is going to be important to monitor. Mekhi Lemon and Dontavian Wicks are the number 2, 3 in whatever order you want to see it. But I want to see how they rotate other guys in. Tank Bigsby, even though he's the number 2 running back, he's an offensive weapon. I expect to see him getting a good amount of playing time for a number 2 back and them using him in different ways. So those are just some examples. You want to see how they mix and match the offensive skill spots. And then the number 2 quarterback role is absolutely fascinating to watch. I think it's going to be Tanner McKee. I was surprised they rotated that during the spring. Andy Dalton is an experienced player, but the Eagles have a lot of internal confidence in Tanner McKee, or have had internal confidence. So I'm curious to see how that looks.
It's going to be interesting.
It's going to be a real interesting camp. We'll be watching your coverage all the time.
Yep. Thanks, Zach.
Thank you, Zach.
It, man. And the books, check them out.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
All
Thanks,
of them,
guys.
man.
Thanks, Zach.
brother. We appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
There is Zach Berman joining us via Zoom. Different office today. He's got 2 Zoom offices. Did you know that?
Yeah, he's got books, man. He's got that money rolling.
So he's got he was back in his initial office the first time we had on via Zoom.
The bookcase office.
The last time, you may not have been in the last time we had him on. There was not the bookcase. There was another bookcase, but it was a little bit different.
How many bookcases does he have?
I mean, look, when you're the lead reporter for the Eagles for the
What's he,
Athletic,
Bruce Wayne?
It must.
I mean, seriously.
Must be nice. We know that journalism pays well.
Oh my gosh.
Connor, hit us with one of the voice memos. So if you're just tuning in, we're giving away a pair of tickets and the trip down to Baltimore, Phillies-Orioles, Saturday, August 1st. I'll be going with True Fan Travel, Phillies
so
Sports
much
Trips,
fun.
and you can join us. We are looking for the best heckler today, the best voice memo, or if you want to call in live, you can, 610-632-0975. This Phillies team needs to hear it, and I need to know that if they're losing in Baltimore, that you're going to do your part down there, too. What do we got on the Davis Honda voice memo line?
Whitney and PA is up next.
Hey, this is Whitney, and this is my heckle for the field. Boo, you guys freaking suck. You're forcing us, making us really count down the days into the Eagles season. The 76ers got more fight. The Eagles got more heart. And the Fanatic is the hardest worker on the field. Wake up, you guys. You play in Philly. If you don't want to hustle, we'll find 25 guys in South Philly who do. I've seen cheesesteaks in Reading Terminal put up a better rally than this lineup. Eagles were home in a championship. The Sixers were home to go. And guess what? You guys were home heartburn. I'm over it. You suck.
I appreciate that. Was a great one. Whitney's already in the lead.
Good job.
Like not
Whitney.
even close. And she brought in some of the comedic element too with the cheesesteaks. Like this is good. So that's the bar right now.
Yes.
That is by far leader in the clubhouse. That was great heckling. I could find 25 guys in South Philly. That is perfect old school Philadelphia heckling.
Yes, good little heckling.
We're too soft nowadays. We're too nice. Don't worry about it. They'll turn things around. Are you sure? They need to hear it.
I'm not.
Best heckle gets you to Baltimore this weekend. Philly Sports Trips heading down to see the Phillies take on the Orioles. Joining me. Best heckle wins it. 610-632-0975 is how you send them in. We'll play another one coming up next to see if somebody can beat Whitney now. Also, we have today's headlines. No, we don't want that.
Overtake it.
We also have today's headlines with Connor Thomas. And don't forget, it's an Adam Schefter Wednesday. Shefty, more on the Jalen Carter extension coming your way at 8 o'clock, all here on 97.5 The Fanatic.
King James is and the Fanatic app.
All right, before we get to today's headlines, we need to play another heckling voice memo. Best heckling voice memo sent in today or live on the air at 610-632-0975. We'll win the pair of tickets and the trip to Baltimore Phillies Orioles this Saturday. But before we even do that, something to just point out, Phillies-wise, yesterday against a right-handed pitcher.
Something positive?
Sure. Brian De La Cruz was in the starting lineup yesterday. He originally came up after they did not want him to start the season, and he was going to be the platoon guy with Rincones, but believe it or not, another guy that I had to hear all about from Dave Dombrowski, not really playing well at the major league level.
Yeah.
Otto Kemp, championship-type player. Don't forget, we also have Gabriel Rincones, and people forget that we re-signed Kyle Schwarber. Like, these were the things that the president of baseball operations was saying with confidence
There's lecturing
in spring training. Like, he was saying these things in spring training, and that's why we should have known from the start that this season was doomed. But Brian De La Cruz was in the starting lineup yesterday, and Mattingly gave him, after the lineup came out, Mattingly sort of was like, yeah, he's hitting righties well, too. He might be, for now, your starting right fielder for the rest of the season. And then you see what they do the rest of the, what they do at the trade deadline.
Don't jump the gun. He has a over 280 batting average in that building. He's comfortable down there because he played with the Marlins. Like, I'd like to see a little bit more out of him before I say right fielder going forward.
You set me up perfectly. Did you know what happened in that building yesterday?
What's that?
We were out yesterday, so we didn't see social media. The game was on in the background. He got a tribute video from the Marlins yesterday.
No, he
Did he? Hell yeah, Brian.
I saw a tweet from Matt Gelb this morning. He said Brian De La Cruz just got a tribute video in the first inning of the game.
He got a tribute video?
Come on, man. Like, look, he had a nice couple of years.
It's also Miami. The Marlins.
Like, tribute. Everybody gets a tribute video these days, man. It's unbelievable.
The Marlins have how many World Series championships since their inception?
Ooh, they're tied with the Phillies.
Yeah, when were they? That's all I'm saying. They haven't much to celebrate down there.
So the Marlins came into the league in '93, I believe.
And
they have two World Series.
Went right to it in '97.
Phillies have one in 90 since they have two since '80.
Yeah. Right around the same page.
Tribute videos.
Hit us with a voice memo. What do we got?
Stephen Atco.
Steve from Acco, New Jersey. Come on, you Phillies, you overpaid bums. It's time you're going to become irrelevant. S-I-X-E-R-S Sixers. Okay.
I knew he'd come strong.
He's the okay guy.
He's the okay guy. Steve's my man. That's awesome. From Acco, like, that's great. That's strong.
The minute I heard his voice, I knew who it was. I knew who it was.
So we have Whitney and we have Steve, both in the running right now. Fantastic. It's time now for today's headlines with Connor Thomas.
Today's headlines with the Connor Thomas.
It's brought to us by Lundy Law. For over 70 years, Lundy Law has been fighting for injured people. If you need them, remember the name Lundy Law, your injury lawyers. Visit LundyLaw.com. That's LundyLaw.com. I have great news for all the Phillies fans out there.
I love this.
Because this is the solution to the season.
Brian De La Cruz, starting right fielder?
We have finally figured out how to stop the Dodgers. Now, Alek Thomas, you'll probably remember him for his time as a member of the Arizona Diamondbacks. He's currently in the Dodgers minor league system.
Which is loaded.
Yes, they're good everywhere, but I think we've found their weakness. So he's playing for the Oklahoma City Comets currently, and they had a game against the Sacramento River Cats.
Sure, it's a sold-out crowd.
Yeah, the raucous crowd was all excited to watch Alek Thomas come out of the dugout for the Comets and play. Unfortunately, he didn't quite make it to the field before he was run over by the River Cats mascot Dinger, who was riding a scooter down the warning track, just full-on smoked him coming out of the dugout.
Now, scooter, like, not the ATV like the Fanatic.
No, like a motorized scooter. Yeah, like one of those bird scooters. And it wasn't like he clipped him. He got him straight on.
Did he get injured?
No, he was fine. He played,
but that dude's fired. So a good friend of mine, I can't really speak too much about it, is a mascot professionally. Is a professional mascot. And
at Delilah's?
No.
Oh, okay.
Professional hockey team. He was originally a minor league baseball mascot. The minor league baseball mascot also runs the social media.
Oh, sure.
Also runs PR. Does 12 things.
How does he tweet with the big hands?
They figure it out.
Voice text.
But they also get paid zilch.
Oh, no.
Nata. Yeah. They get nothing. That person will be fired today.
Yeah, well, hey, Alec Thomas, call Lundy Law. They can help you out.
Alec Thomas will get that person's
By the way,
gone.
did you see Keith Law's list? 7 of the top 70 prospects in baseball
are in the Dodgers organization.
Yeah, not surprised.
Phillies have
and 5 of the top
and
5. No, they have none.
None. Good.
And 5 of the top 25 Dodgers.
Well, I'm saying Whitney with that voice memo earlier saying the Fanatic's the hardest working guy on the field. Rev up that ATV,
yeah,
big fella.
Seriously,
might be the only way you can beat that team. So speaking of injuries, we've got the Daily. This podcast exists, and I know you've never heard of it, but everyone's got one. Are you guys familiar with the Joint Venture Show?
Yeah, of course. Big listener of it.
No, which one's that? Sounds like something right up Tunis's alley.
Yeah,
this is Lil Wayne and Craig Carton together on a show for some reason.
Really?
The Joint Venture podcast. And they had Plaxico Burress on the show. And Lil Wayne had a great question to him about...
I watched it. I'm not joking.
You did?
Yes. No, I watched this. Yes, I'm not joking.
And I think Craig is drug tested. It has to be drug tested, so I don't think he's imbibing it anything.
The question is about prison versus playing for the New York Jets.
What was worse, playing for the Jets or prison? So they're both kind of similar because when I walked in the prison on my first day, I was like, damn, man, you are a loser. And I had the same damn feeling every day I walked through the door with the Jets.
That's
all time.
That is such a bad indictment for the New York Jets.
Yeah, you know what, though? When I hear somebody say that or do that, then why didn't you make it better? Why didn't you? Like, I mean, seriously.
Can one man solve the New York Jets?
Can you be? I've seen many Jets have great seasons.
Yeah.
So you could have.
Been a while.
Instead, he plays like crap. So give me a break. Go to jail.
He had 8 touchdown receptions for
Go
the
to
Jets.
jail.
He tried.
Yeah, he actually had a nice season. 45 catches, 612 yards, 8 tutties.
Jets
At the age of 34?
Jets are going to jet.
Not a bad season. They went 8-8 that year. Rex Ryan.
There you go, Rexy.
You know?
Now we got a couple of quick NFL news points to finish things out with. Jalen Carter was not the only big extension yesterday. Justin Herbert and Madison Beard new contract. They are now officially engaged. Is that the only ring Justin Herbert will ever get?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it will be.
Yes.
Congratulations on your love. That's great. You're not going to win a Super Bowl. So to answer your question, yes.
Okay. And the local NFL news, somebody needs to save Jahad Campbell. Did you guys see the move that he made yesterday?
Yeah, it's a dangerous number.
Jahad Campbell is changing his number from 30 to 11.
He could break a curse or...
No.
Because right now it's A.J. Brown, Carson Wentz.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder who was before Carson Wentz.
By the way,
I don't know.
Did you hear the Justin Herbert story at the valet?
Nope.
Justin Herbert had a relatively newish car, and a young man, college student, scraped his car. Valet scraped his car, and Justin Herbert just came up and gave the kid a big hug. Got the information, like totally took pictures with him.
Oh, that's cool.
Was like very cool with him, and like didn't overreact. Didn't just said we'll handle it with the thing. But it was like a car that was like a week old.
Yeah, too nice. He doesn't have the killer instinct. That's why he doesn't win.
But to me, though, that just tells you that's a good person.
Yeah.
It's a car.
Yeah. Hey, he's a good dude.
Seems like a good dude.
Is he a good quarterback?
Yes.
We'll continue the debate.
By the way, number 11 before Carson Wentz.
Who?
Josh Huff.
Yeah, it's a bad number.
And it's not good, man. Trent Edwards, Steve Smith, Jeremy Bloom, Jeff Blake, Tim Hasselbeck, Ron Powlus, Mark Ripien, Jay Fielder, Matt Barr, Casey Weldon. Not a lot of 1 years. Not a good number.
I feel like Matthew McConaughey in the Interstellar bookcase just yelling at him. Don't do it.
Jahad.
Don't wear number 11,
The only person that should have worn number 11 was Hollywood Brown, so that everybody could still have 11 Brown jerseys.
Would have been a great move to save some money.
Came up small, honestly. That's a roster cut right there, in my opinion.
Stop it.
He'll get himself cut, probably.
Coming up next. Oh, they paid him too much money.
Unfortunately.
No, he'll be around. Adam Schefter will join us. Jalen Carter got paid. What's next for the Birds? We'll talk about it all with Adam Schefter on this Wednesday morning here on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now, on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Eagles extend Carter. I'm Connor Thomas, and the Eagles locked down Jalen Carter to a monster contract extension yesterday. 4 years, $152 million, 106 of those guaranteed, and that new deal makes him the highest-paid defensive tackle in NFL history. It also keeps him here in Philadelphia for the foreseeable future. A big move for a defense that's been really good. Herm Edwards talked yesterday of ESPN about what makes Jalen Carter so dangerous.
He's a disruptor. I mean, he can blow things up inside, and that's the scary part. You got to double him. You can't allow him to just try to single up on him because he can make things very bad for offenses. So they needed to get him, obviously.
Perfect time, and the Eagles have their first training camp practice today. Nick Sirianni will meet with the media at approximately 9:30 if he's on time today. The Phillies' struggles continued last night as they got shut out in a 1-0 loss to the Marlins. They only had 4 hits in the game, have now lost 5 of their last 6 games. Their first 4 series coming out of the All-Star break. Things aren't going great for them right now. The trade deadline's Monday. They definitely need some help. Game 3 today at 12:10 p.m. down in Miami. Jesus Luzardo on the mound against Ryan Gusto. The Sixers traded Janai Broom and a 2027 second-round pick to the Clippers for cash considerations yesterday. That clears room for an official signing of Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. It also keeps the Sixers under both luxury tax aprons. We'll talk to Adam Schefter coming up next about training camp and, of course, the Jalen Carter extension. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic.
If you want to see their wonderful faces, check out youtube.com/975 The Fanatic Philadelphia. More of Kincade and Salciunas coming your way now.
All right, Johnny. The hecklers, they're continuing to come through.
I went and saw them with the Olivia. The blue heckle, the red heckle, that was the Wiggles. That was the Wiggles. Yeah. That was the worst thing I ever had to go to as a parent. The live show, The Wiggles.
That sounds horrible.
It was horrible.
It doesn't sound.
It was a horrible.
I thought the Wiggles were annoying when I was a kid.
Okay, having to go to like the live Wiggles show.
That sounds
That
horrible.
was the worst thing ever, and I think she hated it.
Yeah, no, they're annoying.
Like she didn't really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like,
They're-
it wasn't
all
good.
those things.
So the heckles, though, live heckles now.
Blippies, all those people.
That's always
I
good.
hate all of them.
There we go.
So we are going to Baltimore this weekend. Philly sports trips. I'll be traveling with the squad, and you could win a spot for 2. It's the game. It's the all-inclusive tailgate. It's the bus ride down and back. Right? You're just taken care of. They
And it's
do
a
all the work.
spectacular day. You're gonna have
and
a
the
great
tailgate's
time.
awesome, and
You're
he
gonna have
always
such a
picks
good-
great spots for it.
Oh, my gosh.
It's going to be a lot of fun, regardless of how this team is playing. It's going to be a beautiful Saturday in August. Let's go.
Come on.
So we're asking for the best heckler because, let's face it, the Phillies need it. And the Phillies are in Miami, so they can't hear any of the heckling right now. So we need it to be broadcast. We know that Bryce Harper listens, right? He knows everything that's going on.
Oh, he does. I know. I fits a helmet, over those rabbit ears.
Who do we have now? We've had Whitney and Steve are our 2 leaders in the clubhouse right now. Both incredible heckles. What do we got?
By the way,
Dan?
88 on Saturday in Baltimore. Sunny.
Yeah. No, beautiful.
Lower humidity.
I love that. Yeah, let's
It's going to be beautiful.
Can't wait. What do we got?
Dan in Philly checks in next.
You want a heckle? Here's a heckle. Every single time a Phillies batter steps into that freaking batter's box, you play that drop. You go, "Boo this man! Boo this man!"
I mean, I think heckling versus booing. Are we at boo stage yet? Like every time they step up to the plate.
You're not a booer, though, are you?
No, I'm not a
Your
big
dad
booer.
was, though.
Yeah.
Your dad was a booer.
Yeah.
I love to boo.
I know.
I
we
don't
saw
like
it. We
booing.
saw it in action.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Cutter Gauthier is above getting booed
Now, the
this
thing
town
is,
now,
though,
apparently.
Cutter
Screw you.
Gauthier was like, he deserves everything he
he
gets.
deserved to hear it. Yeah. So that was a good one. That was a good one.
That was good.
I need a little more.
I don't think that's beating Whit.
No. Whitney and Steve are our 2 leaders right now. I need a little bit more from that. All right, before we get to Shefty, we do have an actual Phillies call, not just heckling. Let's go to Tim in West Grove. Tim, you're on Kincade Salciunas. Yo, Tim.
Hey, guys. Good morning. Can you hear me?
Good, Tim. How are you, buddy?
Hey, big fan, guys. Appreciate you. Hey, good. Hey, we'll start with a bit of optimism, and then we'll go into our Phil. So, Gansey, Howie, if you're listening, you guys are dogs. Thank you so much. What a fun season it's going to be with Jalen and LeBron and playing the song and our road to just enjoying it, hopefully a parade. And then Howie, locking in Carter, smart move before. I'm a little worried about, next season we'll got to lock up Q and Coop. We know Howie, right? Let him spin, we'll do it. And then when you think about the Phils, like what a magical run into the All-Star game. It was awesome. I took my 7-year-old Nate and my nephew Jake to the Derby. It was like the greatest thing, right? In the Sandlot. Then you turn the page to the back half of the season, and it's just so frustrating. Like I know the game's different now. I know it's about velo. Everybody throws harder, launch angle. But guys, put the bat on the freaking ball. Like what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like this is so frustrating. And I think you have to. Like, you got to double down. You have to go all in with this team. Like, you don't know what's going to happen with the lockout. We all know we're an aging lineup. And I don't think, you got to get like a Lorenzo, get a starting pitcher. That's fine. But you need bullpen help. You need high-leverage guys. And I don't care what you need to give the freaking Twins. Like, you better make that deal out in Iowa. Get that man here. We need a right-handed stick. What are we waiting for? It's just frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, and unfortunately, Tim, and thanks for the call, man. It's been the same story every single year with what they need at the deadline. It's been the same talking points every single year, and nothing seems to change. And I love that he just said, just put the bat on the ball. They need to learn how to play fundamental baseball, which I can't believe I'm talking about multi-million-dollar players not being able to play fundamental baseball.
The Phillies, you mean?
Yeah.
Fundamental baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep dreaming.
Yeah, I know.
Keep dreaming.
Well, you know what's not a dream? Being able to speak to Adam Schefter.
No, that's
every
not a
Wednesday.
dream.
Oh, wait. You won't be able to do that moving forward.
Well, I'm going to just bother him on a text, and then he'll say, John, I'm busy, but I can talk to you later.
Well, joining us now here on Kincade Salciunas from
man.
ESPN, our man Adam Schefter joins us. Shefty, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. Lots gone on since we last spoke. Congratulations on LeBron. Obviously, that heat intel that was texted to me that I read to you on air last week was not right, and I'll leave basketball to Shams, I guess, although I do love to dabble.
Well,
Shefty,
it's amazing. Did you hear that this show has so much power, your voice and your reporting has so much power that Rich Paul talked about you specifically on his podcast?
Yeah, I heard about that, and I again, I think there's a difference between conversing about it and reporting
yes.
on it.
You did not report on it.
No, you did not.
Okay, and so, but the fact that people want to come out and, have their fun about that's great, I guess.
I think he was pissed that you're not a Clutch client.
Yeah, that might be.
You just signed the new deal with ESPN, and you're not a Clutch client, and I think that's what he was pissed about. So
yeah,
it just came out there.
Again, that is a little bit surprising that it would come out like that, but all good.
It was good.
Well, when we talk to Rich, we'll say, "Yo, dude,
Yes.
we got Adam Schefter's back here."
You told us all along that Jalen Carter, the deal would get done.
Yes, you did.
And camp opens today. The first practice goes today. Jalen Carter will be out there and ready to go with the Philadelphia Eagles. So that was just a matter of time.
Yeah, that's a big deal for Jalen Carter and the Eagles. They get both their defensive tackles locked up this summer. Jordan Davis, now Jalen Carter, one deal bigger than the next. And it just, again, is a precursor to what's ahead next summer when you got Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean, too. So,
we got breaking news.
No, it's Rich Paul. It's Rich Paul
Rich
calling.
Paul listening to the show. Shefty, let us know when you're good to go. I know.
There you go.
Yeah, all good. All good.
All right. So Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean, it's amazing because this is what we do. We think about the next thing. And I would imagine that Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean will both be demanding top-of-market paydays as well for their respective positions, one on the outside, one in the slot.
Oh, it's going to be top dollars. Those guys are great players, and the Eagles they'll work to figure it out, and they'll do what they can, and we'll see how it works out.
How do you, there's going to be a point where somebody can't be paid top dollar at their position, and they have a lot of guys right now being paid top dollar. Slot corner, that's one where I wonder if Howie will be willing to pull the trigger and do that, though. It seems everybody believes that'll be one that he would, but that's a lot for a slot corner.
Yeah, but he's a great player. So, you're in the market of keeping great players. And I haven't broken down how they would do that, but I'm sure there's a way to figure out to keep the players you want to keep.
Now, and I imagine they're also banking on some players retiring. I mean, I would like to keep Lane Johnson for as long as possible, but are you getting the impression that at some point, I mean, it's going to be it? Like, have we heard any rumors or reports of when Lane Johnson's final season could be?
Well, it seems to come up every year as a question.
Yeah.
And I would just think with each year that goes by, the chances increase every year just naturally. There's nothing new there. There's nothing surprising. How old is he now? 35, 36 years old?
Yeah,
it's about that.
Right. Yeah.
That neighborhood.
He just turned 36 in May.
Okay. So there you go. Like, how much longer is an offensive lineman who plays the way he does going to be able to play? Like, yeah, it could be his last year, absolutely. And if it isn't this year, then maybe it's next year. But at some point in time, it's coming up, and right, like that's an area where his money would then come off the books. I'd like to see the cap charges there, but there'd be no more base salaries there to pay. And by the way, you want him to stay around as long as you can, to your point. But yeah, the roster is always in motion like that. That's what it's about. And when teams look at these things, they look at their rosters 3-4 years out financially, and they project what they have to do. So none of this is surprising or going to creep up on them. Like, that's what teams do. Every team does that. They have a budgetary look, a financial outlook and plan for years to come. Not just this year, Nate, like beyond that. And so, believe me, I'm sure there's a way to do exactly what they want to do.
Do you believe that the construction of the way that everybody just reading all the preseason publications and seeing some of the coverage, it seems like people are ready to just crown the Rams. What would you see as potentially the Rams' potential Achilles heel if they even had one?
Hold on one second.
See, it's a hard question.
That phone call means something.
But it's a hard question. Somebody's getting paid. Somebody's getting paid. Someone's getting fired.
There will be a tweet sent out soon.
There you go.
Question, John?
Is the idea is I even forget the question. I'm laughing. I've been laughing too hard.
The Achilles heel of the
Achilles
Rams.
heel of the Rams. Is there any true? Do the Rams really have any potential Achilles heel other than health?
Listen. That's always
Yes,
a problem.
that's everybody's.
Like you just never know how the health is going to evolve. Look, they might be the favorite, but what we've seen in the NFL, like it'd be surprising if they weren't good. But are they going to be as good as they're projected? Well, that's what the season's about. For all we know, they could suffer a big injury or two. There could be setbacks in that area. Momentum could go away from like it's always about confidence, health, momentum, confidence, probably in that order, because they feed off each other. But you don't know if they're going to be able to stay healthy. Like if that team's healthy and there are no big setbacks. By the way, you can say that for a lot of teams. They're going to have a really good year, and I do look at them going into the season as the favorite because they probably were the best team in football last season. They probably were. They lost in Seattle. They lost on that Zach Charbonnet 2-point conversion. If they had won that game, they would have had home field advantage in the playoffs. If they had home field advantage in the playoffs, they might have beaten Seattle. But it didn't happen that way. And Seattle, in the end, won the Super Bowl and deserved to. But my point is, when you watch those teams, I don't think it's a stretch to say that the Rams might have been the best team in football. And so the best team in football went out and added Trent McDuffie and Jalen Watson at cornerback and Myles Garrett on defense. So when that happens, I don't think it's a stretch to say, yes, they're the best team in football.
Adam Schefter joining us here on Kincade and Salciunas. Shefty, going into the season, the Philadelphia Eagles will have another new offensive coordinator, this time in Sean Mannion. We know how respected he is around league circles. Is it a full-blown guarantee that if things go well for the Eagles offense this year, that he is destined to be a head coach as early as 2027?
Well, there are a couple ways you can look at it. Look, if they have a great year, I'm sure his name is going to come up in head coaching conversation. I don't know that it's a foregone conclusion or anything like that. Obviously, if he does well as a young offensive coordinator, then he's going to garner attention and probably get interviews. Now, to say that he's going to beat out 6, 7, 8 guys for that job, I'm not ready to go there. And not only am I not ready to go there, but we also have the fact, how about let's let the guy call his first NFL game? I have no idea what that's going to look like. Nobody knows what that's going to look like. He may be a very bright mind, and he may have a very bright future. He's also still never called a game at the NFL level. We have no idea how that's going to go. So there have been a lot of great coaches who have not worked out and panned out as play callers. And that's a skill and an art, and it's developed, and he might take right to it. That would be great for Philadelphia if he did. But none of us know how that's going to go in week 1 or beyond.
Kyle Shanahan, okay?
Yeah, he's pretty banged up. And, it was a major ordeal. So
it was very clumsy the way that story was handled, and it just makes people all like the way that the story was released. It just seems very clumsy the way it went down. I'm glad to see he's doing okay, though.
Yeah, well, look, there was another woman that was hit. He took the responsibility for it, and he said it was his fault. He literally lost track of the road for a mere second, and it was enough to cause the crash. Unfortunately, the woman is okay.
That's good news.
Yep, good to hear.
Adam, always a pleasure.
Yeah, Shefty, we appreciate it, man. I'll be talking to you next week, solo duty next week.
I'll still check in with you, Adam. And I mean,
John,
the Falcons, it's just been, are going to be very exciting. I'm going to keep an eye on them.
Congratulations on a great run in Philadelphia. Love being on with you. You did a great job, and wish you luck with the next stop here as well.
All right, I'll see you down there.
All right, thanks Shefty. We appreciate it, man. Talk to you next week.
Thanks, guys.
There he is. Adam Schefter joining us here on Kincade and Salciunas. Look, going back to sort of the beginning of the conversation regarding the contracts.
Sure.
They're not going to let Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell walk. Like, they will find a way.
Then what are you losing?
Because
you have to. You're losing something.
Like, who are the highest paid players right now for the Eagles? That are. I don't want to say on the fringe because I don't want anyone like.
No, but I mean, you're
where a roster move could.
Like, I do not believe and it's no knock on him because I love him. I do not believe that Saquon will be an Eagle next year. After this year.
I mean, it could be, right? Like,
I just don't believe it's just financial. I just don't, because somebody's going to have to go.
Yeah, Landon's up there. I imagine Zach Bond would be a guy.
That's a name that crossed my mind because here are your highest paid players right now. So it's Jalen Hurts, which we know what that conversation will be. It's going to be a conversation unless he goes completely balls to the wall this year, and then there's no point of even having the conversation. Jalen Carter's not going anywhere.
He will.
Jalen Carter's not going anywhere. Jonathan Grenard, they just extended. Jordan Davis, they just extended. Devontae Smith, he's not going anywhere. Then it's Cam Jurgens. We'll see. Like, does his body hold up this year? That's going to be a decision that's going to be made. Landon Dickerson will be a decision that's going to be made. Zach Bond, Saquon Barkley. Lane Johnson, it's really up to whether or not he wants to keep playing. Mekhi Lemon, we can skip. Jake Elliott is a player that is getting paid a lot of money, and I think everybody would be all right with it. And then you get to, like, Jahad Campbell. He's not going anywhere. So there's 6 guys. Those are your 6 players where you can go, all right, depending on how this year goes, health, ability, retirement, those are the 6 guys where they could be off the books or cap casualty Saquon Barkley. Like, they're all high-paid players.
There's going to be cap casualty.
Yeah.
It's time to figure out who the cap casualties are because there's going to be cap casualties. That's happening.
There absolutely
There's no way that they can fit them all in what they have to do. So if you want Cooper back, and you want Quinyon back, you're losing. It's just a matter of what you're losing. And I wonder, do you have enough in the pass rush? Because those guys are going to have to get paid. So you got to pay them.
I would not. I don't think Nolan Smith is going to get paid. I think
I don't believe Nolan Smith's going to get paid.
Between injuries and just like he hasn't really taken that. He had the great playoff run.
I don't think he's getting paid.
Playoff run.
Yeah,
I don't
believe he's getting paid.
I don't know if he's getting paid like big time anywhere.
No, I don't think he will.
He's been okay.
If only you acquired a first-round pick for the trade of a certain wide receiver.
Well, you did do that.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, then.
And
edge rusher, come on down.
You'll have that down the road. Or not edge rusher, somebody on offense. You need to start drafting offensive linemen, man. Like
this,
early.
This offensive line.
Your right tackle needs to be prepared for. Your guards need to be prepared for. If Devontae Smith needs somebody along, like I mean, Mekhi Lemon, you just use. Yeah, you're not going to use another one, but like your guards, you legitimately have to use a first-round draft pick on, or if it's a guard-heavy draft, you could use a second-round.
Well,
pick.
I mean, I'm not picking a first-round guard.
Right. There's some guys that will go in the first round.
You're in trouble though.
They got draft capital.
They do. But the draft capital probably won't be used for edge rusher unless it's just he's the best player available on the board. All right, coming up next, we will continue talking some Phillies because we've been asking for you to heckle the Phillies on the voice line, the voice memo. Davis on a text line. Feel the Davis difference in Burlington. 610-632-0975 is how you leave those voice memos. Best heckle today will go to Baltimore with me, watch the Phillies live in person, take on the Orioles, and maybe we might need your heckling there in Camden Yards. Tell you more about the trip coming up next, but also there was a very interesting name that popped up that the Phillies are potentially linked to, Johnny, before the deadline. It would cost a ton, but it would answer multiple problems. But like every player, he has a flaw of his own, too. We'll discuss this coming up next because this will be a really interesting conversation. It is Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
A huge deal for Carter. I'm Connor Thomas, and the Eagles locked down Jalen Carter to a huge contract extension yesterday, giving him 4 years, $152 million. 106 of that is guaranteed, and that new deal makes him the highest-paid defensive tackle in the history of the National Football League. It also keeps one of the most important pieces on a really good defense in Philadelphia for the foreseeable future. Dan Orlovsky of ESPN talked about it yesterday.
Huge for Philadelphia. They believe they have the right people in the building to make sure that not only on the field he continues to dominate, but off the field he continues to go about his business in the right way. This should be a top 5 defense in the NFL again, and certainly one of the best defensive lines.
And the timing makes sense. The Eagles start training camp today. First practice is this afternoon. Nick Sirianni meets with the media at approximately 9:30 this morning. The Phillies' struggles continued last night. They got shut out 1-0 in their second straight loss to the Marlins. Only 4 hits in the game. They've lost 5 of their last 6. They've lost their first 4 series coming out of the All-Star break. The trade deadline is on Monday, and they need to put some work in. Game 3 today is at 12:10 p.m. down in Miami. Jesus Luzardo versus Ryan Gusto. The Sixers traded Janai Broom and a 2027 second-round pick to the Clippers for cash considerations yesterday. This clears room for an official signing of Contavious Caldwell-Pope, keeping the Sixers under both luxury tax aprons. This update is brought to you by the New Jersey Department of Health. Public health works behind the scenes, building a healthier future for everyone. One mission working for you. Learn more at nj.gov/health. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic.
John Connor, Kincade Salciunas, Philly Sports Talk, 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
It is 8:30 here on Kincade Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic. The YouTube chat, every once in a while, just gets into their own conversations, and I like seeing what they're talking about. You can watch the show live on YouTube, and you can become a part of the YouTube community where they're talking about all kinds of things, and they're talking about the Magic Don, Magic Matt. It's done, and your relationship.
Oh no, it was
your
done.
Relationship.
I ended that. I
Yeah.
already told you.
I know.
I wasn't going to do the long distance thing anyway.
Yeah, that's your easy out. You had such the easiest out possible because you were all magic matting lead up.
Yeah, but I was going to do I was not doing the long distance thing. I already said I wasn't doing it. I mean, I wasn't going to. But he's made it really easy by honestly just
doing the exact same thing that Rob Thompson was doing.
No. He's done different things, just as annoying in different ways, but he's done different things. I wish he would bring in a couple mirrors today.
Trey Turner's his guy, man.
Is there like a Rooms to Go or Haverty's or something right down there that they could get down there in Miami? I don't know. That just bring a couple full-length mirrors in.
Sure,
Maybe
like
Bryce could look. Bryce could look in the mirror before he starts pointing to Dave Dombrowski.
Just go to Target. There's got to be a
or
Target in Miami.
Yeah, Target. There's Target in Miami.
Those mirrors are like $10.
Go get one of those mirrors.
Yeah.
Bryce could look in the mirror, and then when he starts to point, he'd go, "Wait a minute." When I point in the mirror, I'm pointing back at myself. Oh, that's what I should lead with. The self-critique instead of blaming the GM, blaming blame the pitchers, blame everybody else.
No, you can't blame the pitchers. Pitchers have been great. Everybody else,
top three.
He's unbelievable.
Yeah, top three.
You could go to 11. They got some mirrors in there.
All right, so there was an interesting name that popped up yesterday.
What's that?
And I will let Jeff Passan do the talking. Jeff Passan, I don't know what he was on, but it was on a podcast.
Not drugs. I mean, he's not.
Drugs.
He's very, very straight and narrow.
It was on a podcast. Austin sent it to us this morning, and Jeff Passan was on talking about some of the upcoming players that could be dealt. And you have the Scoobles of the world and all the guys that could possibly be traded. But then we've been getting into conversations about, can teams get creative? And this one would be very creative. Go ahead, Connor.
The Yankees, the Dodgers, the Red Sox, even the Phillies, which was interesting to me. They have a shortstop in Trey Turner. So would they put Neto somewhere else? Could Neto play second base? Could Neto play third? There's been conversation because of Trey Turner's defense about him moving to the outfield potentially or second base after this season. Those conversations haven't happened yet, but Neto's under control for through the 2030 season. And that is a lot of control for a guy who has been nothing but productive. The Angels are going to want to hit a home run on this. And considering the paucity of bats on the market, I think they very well could with Zach Neto.
Zach Neto, right-handed bat that has hit over 20 home runs. It will be 3 straight seasons. His first season, he only played 84 games where he hit 9 home runs. And then once he became a full-time player, 23 home runs, 26 home runs, 19 home runs this season, so he will surpass 20. He's a career 240 hitter. He's a guy that gets on base. He's a guy that hits the ball. He's a guy that has a much better glove than Trey Turner. He's under control for 4 years.
By the way, every shortstop in baseball has a better glove than Trey Turner.
That's true.
So, I mean, that was like wasted airspace you just used.
So there are a lot of really good things about Zach Neto. And, again, he's under control for 4 years. That's what Dave Dombrowski really likes when he targets the trade deadline. He leads the league in strikeouts this year with 148.
Sounds like a Philly already.
Does.
So, like, the guy can hit when he hits,
Would you take the trade-off? The 2030, the under control.
Yeah.
The stability of the defense.
Yeah, he's that. Like, you're locked in.
When you have those 3 pitchers, when you have your top 3 pitchers, I think I'd consider it. But I mean, they're gonna, if they're gonna want to hit a home run, though,
it would cost a lot. I mean, he's under control for 4 years.
Yeah, I don't know about hitting a home run. I don't know again how you win that battle. With what do you? Again, Dave Dombrowski's not walking around with a pocket full of magic beans.
No, but you're just willing to give up more with the.
Yeah, but he doesn't have what to give up.
With the legumes that you have.
What are you giving up? I heard in this market, I heard the most ridiculous conversation of, well, the Phillies should call the A's and tell them they can have Bryce Harper and for Nick Kurtz. And I was like, what
Oh,
the
the
hell?
Athletics.
I'm like, what the
Those
hell's
A's.
going on, the A's? I'm like, what the hell's going on here? Why in the world do you think the A's would make that trade ever? Like, I mean, this is where you get into stupid season when trades is hard.
Yeah.
Because people are like, yeah, the A's are going to give away like a dynamic young player who's better than Bryce Harper in every category, who makes a ton less money, and they're going to get him. They're going to give him up
Sounds
to
like a
get
great
Bryce
trade.
Harper. Yeah, I'd take it. Yeah, because they know Bryce Harper. If Bryce Harper is going to end up in Las Vegas, I'm telling you, he will be an A, but he'll be there at the end of his career as a DH or something. That's what it's going to be.
The weird thing is there are competing philosophies and views on players that we might be down on here. Believe it or not, Philadelphia can tend to be negative when we look at our teams compared to the national perspective. Like, I got a text from the guy, Ryan Cleary, he hosts Locked On National, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. He's like, would the Phillies trade Andrew Painter for Foster Griffin straight up?
Yes, they should.
And he was like, because I'm interested in that, and we've had fans asking if the Phillies would part with Painter. I'm like, yo, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So
Part with no. Andrew will have a seat next to him on the bus on Saturday.
Yeah.
And then I will pay for the Uber from Baltimore because the bus is only going down to
maybe
Baltimore.
we'll make a pit stop in D.C.
No, it's too far. That's too far down. You don't want to miss the tailgate, the free food and
That's
everything.
true. I don't
I'll
miss
pay
that.
for the Uber the rest of the way.
it's just, remember, there are teams that will look at players and say, hey, I can fix that guy. That prospect fits what we need, maybe not what the Phillies need. So I do think they have more than you're giving them credit for to move, but they're not going to beat out some of the top teams, which is a problem.
Mean, look, they don't have a top 70. Keith Law is pretty well respected.
Yes, he is.
They don't have a top 70 prospect in baseball.
No, because the guy that was up there,
the Dodgers have
back hurt.
7 of the 70. 5 of the top 25.
Well, maybe the Dodgers won't make a trade because they.
You mean the Dodgers who they're like they bring up? Well, the Dodgers are also interested in Skubal. Well, then if the Dodgers are interested in Skubal, the Phillies ain't getting them.
Yeah.
They don't have what to offer. They don't have anything to offer compared to what the Dodgers
They're going to get
could
somebody, but here's sort of the question off of this Zach Neto thing. Like, you would be going all in for this one guy. Like, you would be giving up everything that you have. We can debate, or not even debate. We could talk about how little that they do have, but you would be putting all of that toward this one guy. And is that worth it for people?
Which would be
now.
nutty.
Trey Turner would not be going anywhere. You heard Jeff Passan say in the clip, what would they could move him to second base. I would still rather put Bryson Stott at shortstop or Zach Neto at shortstop and then figure out Trey Turner elsewhere. I don't want Trey Turner in the outfield. I hate that idea. I don't know why that's such a – I know he did it before. I said this when you were out last week. I would rather put him at third base before I put him in the outfield because that's the position where you can't overthink things because of the hot corner. Like, you just gotta snare the ball. That's it, man. Like, I would rather do that before I put him in the outfield. Outbound's going to be gone anyway.
Yeah, but Passan said in that clip they aren't going to do it this year. Like, the conversations have not been happening.
And
you know
I think
why?
that's stupid.
Do you know why, though? And the Phillies broadcast has said it. So I'm not reporting anything. Trey really doesn't want to play any other position. Trey considers himself a shortstop. I don't give a damn what Trey likes.
I asked earlier, are they actually serious about winning? If they're serious about winning, you don't care about that.
But they said the length of the contract, I guess, that they put it into, well, he's going to be here a long time because nobody's taking him.
Yeah, great.
So if you create this animosity, I guess they worry that it doesn't work.
It's horrible.
It's terrible.
All right, that's why we need heckling. Best voice memo heckle edition toward the Phillies will win the pair of tickets and the trip for 2 down to Baltimore. I'll be there with Philly Sports Trips. Philly Sports Trips and True Fan Travel, incredible company. They are the same company. It's just they're now also True Fan Travel. True Fan Travel, tailgate bus trip to Baltimore. Phil's Orioles this Saturday, August 1st at Camden Yards. These tickets include your spot on the charter bus to Baltimore, along with the unforgettable pregame all-inclusive tailgate party and tickets to the game
What a great
with fellow
prize.
Phillies fans. And here you go, I'm going to ad-lib a little bit, and John, you could attest to this. Check out Philly Sports Trips and True Fan Travel for all your Eagles games this year, all the road games. They're
awesome.
They do it up, whether it's a bus trip to one of the division matchups or if it's getting on a plane to Nashville, which I'll be doing. Like, it's so much fun.
Every single thing is covered so beautifully.
Yes.
I mean, everything from the time you meet them at the airport to the time the trip is over.
Yeah.
They just do a fantastic job and everything. I may take the 3-hour and 25-minute drive over and see you in Nashville.
Oh, dude, absolutely.
It's only 3 hours and 25 minutes, so
Not a bad
it's not like
drive.
it's not a bad drive at all.
All right, I'll see you in Nashville.
I could take that. I might do that depending on
Damn
how
it,
busy.
I thought I
it
was
is.
done with you.
Might.
All right, give us our. So far, we have 2 leaders in the clubhouse. What else we got?
Hansa and Mount Laurel checks in next.
Oh no, I
Hey,
can't.
my
That's
name is
Christina's
Hamza
birthday.
From Mount Laurel, New Jersey. I just had a daughter. I'm learning patience. I think we're being a little bit hard on the Phils. They're only up and up. Wait, 6 years for Bryce Harper, 7 years for Trey Turner. We have to deal with this for 6 more years. 6 years ago, I was in college. 6 years from now, my daughter is going to freaking 2nd grade. This is insane. We need to get in, lock in right now, and make some damn trades.
Thank you. Heckle. Look, Dave Dombrowski could get heckled too, man. I would love it. What else we got? I mean,
It's
what we got?
6 years?
See,
What?
See, this is important. Like, we're too kind now in Philadelphia. Like, the Phillies need venom. What else we got?
Doug in Williamstown is next.
This is Doug from Williamstown. All the energy in this city right now. We got LeBron James. Are you kidding me? We got Jalen Carter just signed for the #1 defensive tackle in the NFL. Eagles and Sixers are doing their thing. Phils, what are you doing? You have been disappointing us year after year. You have the first opportunity to energize the city before the Sixers, before the Eagles. We're called the Fighting Phils. We'll start fighting.
I like that.
I like that
It's a
too.
good message, man.
And to me, that's a very and I'm not putting down the message. It's a very simplistic message, but damn if it isn't a home run.
Yeah, you got to start fighting, man.
I mean, it really is. That's what it is.
All right, best voice memo heckle edition. There is a difference between a message and a heckle, though. And the homework assignment is heckle. So far, we've had 2 good heckles. So coming up next, we'll replay the hecklers. All right, the Whitney and Steve heckles, because I need people to understand this is the bar right now. This is what we're going for. More voice memos for your chance to head to Baltimore with me this Saturday, 610-632-0975. We'll get through a bunch of them coming up next, because 9 o'clock hour is going to be very busy today. 9:30, allegedly, Nick Sirianni will be speaking to the members of the media for the first time in training camp. We have a Nick Sirianni game that we will play before his press conference. So, very busy 9 o'clock hour. So you need to get these voice memos in now, because there's not going to be as much time in the final hour. We'll roll through a bunch coming up next. It is Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic.
LeBron James is a 76er.
The Sixers got
LundyLaw.com.
That's LundyLaw.com.
97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app. Coming up at 10, Middays with Marks. Now more of Kincade and Salciunas.
97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Connor brought it to my attention, John. We now know why Adam Schefter was a little distracted during the call. There is some news in the National Football League, and you'll be able to talk about it soon.
Is it in my next town?
The ATL.
Oh, it is?
Yes. Tua Tagovailoa, who is part of the Falcons.
Going to be the starting quarterback, right?
He's dealing with an injury already.
Oh,
tight back. Michael Penix is out due to a knee injury right now, so they just picked up legendary backup quarterback Cooper Rush.
Oh, this is good.
So Cooper
I'm
Rush
gonna
will
have
be
a fun
taking some
fall,
reps.
aren't I?
Yes, you will, man.
Hey, maybe top pick in the draft?
You could. That's content.
Maybe go ahead and get top pick in the draft in one of the best quarterback drafts that's out there?
Yeah, problem is you're in the division where, like, everyone can win 7 games.
Yeah. Yeah, that is the truth.
Sorry.
But the Dogs may win the national title.
Okay. And Lou Dort might be better than LeBron James.
Don't see that. But and our hockey team's going to be great. Well,
they don't exist.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
All right.
There you go.
All right. We need a reminder of what heckling is. That was one of my goals today coming into this. Was getting back to the old Philadelphia ways of doing things.
Because there's a lot of heckling that goes on around this place.
Yeah, we're too soft with this Phillies team right now. Like they're 3-7 in their last 10. They haven't won a series since the All-Star break.
But we love them. And Bryce wears Fanatic gear.
Yeah, honestly, we need to turn it up a notch. And because they're in Miami, they haven't been able to hear it the last 2 nights. But Saturday, when we take the trip down to Baltimore with Philly Sports Trips, they might hear it if they don't turn things around. And that's why I need the best heckler to come down with me. Whitney, one of our leaders in the clubhouse. This was hers from earlier.
Hey, this is Whitney, and this is my heckle for the field. Bull, you guys freaking suck. You're forcing us, making us really count down the days into the Eagles season. The 76ers got more fight. The Eagles got more heart. And the Fanatic is the hardest worker on the field. Wake up, you guys. You play in Philly. If you don't want to hustle, we'll find 25 guys in South Philly who do. I've seen cheesesteaks in Reading Terminal put up a better Raleigh than this lineup. Eagles brought home the championship. The Sixers brought home the GOAT. And guess what? You guys brought home heartburn. I'm over it. You suck.
And then we had Steve and Acco, other leader in the clubhouse.
Steve from Acco, New Jersey. Come on, you Phillies, you overpaid bums. It's time. You're going to become irrelevant. S-I-X-E-R-S. Sixers! Okay.
See, Steve, that was Veteran Stadium heckling.
Yes, that's no. I used to sit in 511.
Yeah, you probably sat next to Steve.
No, he was behind me.
Yeah.
He was behind us.
You 100% were in the event at the same time as Steve.
No,
from
I
Acco.
heard him. Yes, I absolutely heard that man quite a few times.
So that's the bar right now.
The only
guys.
thing I didn't like is the spelling of Sixers. That's the only thing I didn't like about that because that's not a thing. That's the only thing. So I'm still giving the edge.
You're still leading Wit.
I'm Wit.
Where's Wit?
I'm Wit. Yes.
All right. What are some of the new ones that haven't played yet? Like that's the bar. All right. We've had some people like leave voice memos as if they're calling in. Like, hey, I really hope.
Let's not do that.
No. Heckle.
Come on, heckle.
Zach in Coatesville's up next.
Trey Turner, you have more errors than my 3rd grade math quizzes. You couldn't catch a ground ball if your glove was big as Alec Boehm's head. You suck.
All right, strong.
All right,
strong. I appreciate it.
I've sat next to him at a game.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that guy, that's recognizable.
Yeah.
That sounded recognizable.
Yeah. Every once in a while to have fun learning Lehigh, buddy. Like those are always good lines to throw in every once in a while. What else we got?
Barry from Parkside is next.
It's Perry from Parkside. Hey, Trey, when we say stay above the Mendoza line, we're not talking about your errors per game average.
That's a good one.
See, I don't mind that one.
That's a good one-liner, man.
That's a good one-liner. Very good.
All right, do we have more?
Got a good
we
club.
got one more right now. Steve from Bristol's up next.
Hey, Harper. I like the way your cleats match your gloves and your arm sleeves. And they match your undies, too, you bum. You spend less time on your wardrobe, more time in the batting cages.
See, this is important.
I like that one because it's a little less time on TikTok. Little less time pointing fingers at the executives, and a little more time actually performing for your paycheck. Be a good thing. I like that. Good thought process.
These are important. I think every once in a while it's okay to go back to where we used to be, and it's okay to not always be super nice, and it's okay to every once in a while call out a team for poor play. And the next time that they're back at Citizens Bank Park, and if they win a couple of games, you give them the standing ovation because we love and appreciate these teams. But when they're not loving and appreciating us back, which they're not right now, it's okay to let them hear it.
It is.
And so today's been a good day. I'm glad that they're still hating our heart a little bit. All right, what do we have on the Davis Honda text line? You can feel the Davis difference. Check them out in Burlington. And then we'll update you on the poll of the day, which is brought to us by Dr. Avdon Appel and the team at Iron Mountain Men's Health. And, man, are we flip-flopping right now with this Phillies team.
Really?
I mean, deservedly so, but we are flip-flopping. What do we got?
Now, we have talked some Eagles today. Jim in Nazareth does have something he's concerned with. He says, the only thing the Eagles are doing that I question is not paying the quarterback. I don't care about how it looks. Jalen Hurts equals wins. Pay the man.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. It'll be a difference of a couple mil.
Because here's I don't. If you wait a year, a couple mil's $2 million. No. It's going to be much more.
He's
than
not
that.
going to get more than Patrick Mahomes. I can't imagine.
What did they do this year? Are they in the NFC title game again?
Yeah.
That's where I think they're going to be.
I think so, too.
Okay. You don't think he's going to – if he goes back to another NFC title game, potentially a Super Bowl, you don't think he's going to get Patrick Mahomes money? I think he's going to get more because the new contracts will be written at the new price range.
Sure.
He'll be right in that. I mean, if he's not right there, he's right in the neighborhood. I'm telling you, it's going to cost more. They're going to regret not doing it. I really think they're going to regret not paying him.
That's a fair question to have. One of our questions today is, do you question anything at this point that the Eagles are doing? Because we seem to all love pretty much everything, but there's got to be something. What else we got?
All right, so we've also got to check in on the Phillies. We've always been getting check-ins on the Phillies in today's show. John in Tennessee says the only place Bryce Harper is hitting consistently is inside of his own glass house.
Yeah.
So a heckle from the text line.
That's a solid text. Look, they need to hear these things because right now they're just kind of sneaking on by. And, man, are they thrilled that the Sixers signed LeBron James, and are they thrilled that Jalen Carter got his extension yesterday? Because if it was quiet for the Sixers and Eagles, not that it would be quiet for the Eagles because then we'd be talking more about the Eagles. The Phillies have been able to avoid a lot of criticism because of all the positive press that Philadelphia is getting right now. They're very lucky. All right.
A lot of positive press.
Coming up next, it's going to be a different sort of 9 o'clock hour. We had to move some things around because Nick Sirianni will allegedly be speaking to the media at 9:30. We say allegedly because that man is never on time.
Which is disrespectful.
Ever. Yes, it is. I literally have on the show sheet stall at 9:30 because I doubt that he will be on.
I thought you were judging the stalls in the bathroom or something. I did
just use one. Pleasant. So coming up next, we'll talk more about the Jalen Carter extension. How many players do the Eagles have that are highest paid at their position? We'll tell you about it now and where they could be soon as the years continue here on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
JC's deal gets done. I'm Connor Thomas, and the Eagles locked down Jalen Carter to a monster contract extension yesterday. He gets 4 years, $152 million, 106 of that guaranteed. It sounds like a lot. Well, it is. The new deal makes him the highest paid defensive tackle in NFL history and also keeps a very important piece with this defense for the foreseeable future. Herm Edwards of ESPN talked about why he's so tough to defend yesterday.
He's a disruptor. I mean, he can blow things up inside, and that's the scary part. You got to double him. You can't allow him to just try to single up on him because he can make things very bad for offenses. So they needed to get him, obviously.
It's also important timing that they got him when they did because the Eagles had their first training camp practice today. Nick Sirianni will meet with the media coming up at 9:30. The Phillies' struggles continued last night as they got shut out in a 1-0 loss to the Marlins. They only tallied 4 hits in the game. They've now lost 5 of their last 6 games. Their first 4 series coming out of the All-Star break. The trade deadline's Monday, and they got some work to put in. Game 3 is today at 12:10 p.m. down in Miami. Jesus Luzardo faces Ryan Gusto as the Phillies look to avoid the sweep. The Sixers traded Janai Broom and a 2027 second-round pick to the Clippers yesterday for cash considerations. That clears room for the official signing of Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. It also keeps the Sixers under both the luxury tax aprons. We've got Nick Sirianni live at 9:30, so don't go anywhere. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic.
Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5, The Fanatic.
It is 9 a.m. on this Wednesday morning. Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5, The Fanatic. The day after Jalen Carter was made the highest paid defensive tackle in the National Football League. The Eagles already have the highest paid running back in the National Football League. And now it's really interesting to ask, will the Eagles have two other players paid at the highest at their position next year? Denzel Ward yesterday, by the way, with the Cleveland Browns, was just given the contract highest paid cornerback in NFL history.
Wow. Q will beat that.
I would think so.
Because it's going to be next year.
Yeah. So
and the cap will go up.
He reached an agreement on a 2-year, $62 million deal.
Wow, he only went 2 years?
$52 million guaranteed.
But he only went 2 years.
Yeah. Maybe he doesn't want to be with Cleveland much longer. Maybe he's one of these guys. I can get paid a lot of money now.
And cash in again as the cap goes up.
Yeah.
But maybe you tear up your knee or something. And, wow, I'm surprised he only went 2. That is that's bold.
Would you rather have a torn up knee or play for the Cleveland Browns?
Equal amount of
Connor,
pain.
you bring up a totally different. There's no rehab for playing for the Browns.
No.
Except
no, there is rehab eventually.
It's the kind that Tony Romo may end up there.
Yeah,
it appears.
I don't know about this one, Jim. How about that? The OWI? What was it? Is that what
operating while intoxicated.
Yeah,
I think it's a special Wisconsin law.
Did you see the?
Well, he had a BWI during that Bills Jags playoff game. Because I swear to you, that day, I asked on the air when we came in the next day, I said,
was
he
drunk?
sounded drunk.
Yeah, it was weird. It was weird.
And now you go, well, wait, could it have been? Because he sounded drunk.
Did you watch the video?
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah. He's just a goofball, so I can't tell.
No, he wasn't being goofy. He was stoned out of his mind. He was out of his mind.
You say, Tom?
Doing the stretch. I mean, I don't know what it was. I mean, it's just really it's embarrassing.
I sent a video to my buddies of him fumbling the snap, and I said, check him again, officer.
Damn right.
That's a good one.
All right, so let's look around the Philadelphia Eagles roster and around football in terms of highest salaries. So Patrick Mahomes right now, $64 million per year. That's the highest per year basis in the National Football League. I don't think Jalen Hurts surpasses 64. I don't. Dak's at 61.5. Joe Burrow's at 61.
I still don't get that. I just don't get it.
So
paying on based on
I hear brother,
potential.
I hear you.
I had to watch yesterday in the hotel room on like NFL Live or something is Joe Burrow ranking his top outfits. His top 10 looks.
Yeah.
Because he can't rank his like top 10, big accomplishments the last 5 years.
He got to the Super Bowl.
It's 6 years ago.
Is this 6 years ago now?
That's 6 years ago, right? 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
Was it Bengals, Rams?
6 years,
right?
yeah, something like That's amazing.
So I don't think he surpasses Mahomes, Jalen Hurts. Saquon Barkley's number one running back right now. Wide receiver, I love Devontae Smith. I don't think Devontae Smith is ever going to get like Jackson. Jackson Smith and Jigba right now is at $42 million. Jamar Chase is 38. Justin Jefferson's 35.
He's not getting there, and I don't think he'd ever ask for it anyway. And
so I don't think you have to worry about that.
No.
Tight end, we're not even close to that conversation.
Eli Stowers?
Yeah, we're not even close to that conversation.
Yeah, not.
Offensive tackle.
No.
Mailata just got something, didn't he?
Yeah, he's been paid.
Yeah, Mailata's
and he's not at the top.
He's not getting there.
And Lane Johnson's not going to anymore at this point. Right now, Laramie Tunsil is the highest paid offensive tackle in the National Football League.
Get your
gas mask
on. And he hasn't lived up to that at all.
Guard, you don't have to worry about that because
that's not happening.
They're not going to give Landon Dickerson a huge payday.
Too many injuries.
When he's could potentially retire. And Tyler Steen, they'll just get the next right guard. You're not going to see it at center. Well, Cam Jurgens is actually getting paid right now.
He is.
So then corner's that next spot. And the question is that it's going to be really interesting to see how Cooper DeJean gets paid.
Because Cooper's not going to want. He's not going to want to get paid as a slot corner because somebody's going to be willing to pay him as a corner.
Right.
Someone's going to be willing to pay him. And what if Coop wants to be a corner?
Well, he should.
Bertagine is not a safety.
Except in base packages. 3% of the time, he is a safety.
It doesn't fit with the lyrics.
3% of the time. No, that's the next verse. 3%, except for 3% of the time, he is a safety, according to Vic Fangio. That's going to be what's really interesting, though.
Because he's going to want to get paid.
Yeah.
And part of his agent is going to be he's not a normal corner.
Now, like, Kyle Hamilton's the highest paid safety in the NFL.
Deservedly
right
so.
$26.4 million, which is $5 million less than what Denzel Ward is getting as a corner. Like, does Cooper DeJean get safety money? Like, I don't know how that works, because he is the best slot corner in the National Football League.
He's outstanding.
Right? Like, I don't think there's a debate. He's
the best, Jerry,
slot
the
corner
best.
in the National Football League. But we've never seen, like, hey, you have to pay the slot corner $30 million? We've never seen that.
You're not paying a slot corner $30 million. That's what I'm saying to you, is that this is not that doesn't happen. So I'm telling you right now, it's a story you guys are going to have to deal with, because I don't see it I don't see it happening. How do you do it?
Oh, you do it. You just figure out the other stuff. Coop and Quinion are going to be here long term. I would bet anything on that right now. The problem is, does it restrict the rest of your roster from being as competitive?
Yes, it does. It does, seriously. If you're playing,
unless you're hitting in the draft.
If you're going to play a slot corner, that kind of money, that's going to be madness.
So, according to Google AI,
that's always right. That's always right.
Take it with a grain of salt. Kyler Gordon of the Bears is the highest paid slot corner. 3-year deal, $40 million. Not 40 per, 3 for 40. Cooper DeJean's going to get more than
I mean, seriously.
He's going to get more than that, man. That's going to be really interesting to see how that plays out.
I'm telling you right now, it's a story. Just pencil it in, because you guys are going to be talking about that one, because it's going to be a nightmare.
Yeah. Well,
because I don't know how it gets done.
I think that sounds like a fun nightmare to me.
The potential to lose players is not.
Oh, we got Eagles news. Uh-oh. Yeah.
Hold up.
Hit the sounder.
Now, breaking sports news from 97.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic app.
I don't know how recent, but per Adam Schefter, 1 minute ago, Eagles Pro Bowl linebacker / edge rusher Jonathan Grenard being placed on the PUP list, physically unable to perform list due to a pectoral injury he recently suffered.
Holy.
That sucks.
Well, he's out half the season.
No, McManus has pec strain.
Okay. Okay.
But he's on PUP. That's 6 weeks, right?
I don't know how it works during training camp. We'll get more information on this during the break. We will let you know what this means for the Philadelphia Eagles, a guy that we're very excited about, a guy that unfortunately dealt with injuries last year. Jonathan Grenard currently on the PUP list, suffering a pec strain while lifting prior to camp. That per Tim McManus. So it's chest day. He's trying to get gains, man.
I feel you.
He's trying to look like me. All right, we'll try to get more information on
I'd be
this.
worried about that. You asking me what I'm worried about the Eagles? If Jonathan Grenard's chest looked like yours.
Yeah.
I'd be worried.
All right, I guess we're not playing the Nick Sirianni game. We'll get you more information on this coming up next. It's Kincade Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Hey, if you want to make your downtime fun time, you get the BetParks app. I'm feeling like really nostalgic because the BetParks app, it has to go away because I can only use it if I'm here in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Maryland, or Michigan. So I'm going to miss it when I move. Daytime baseball today in Miami. Jesus Luzardo is pitching against Miami. It's the final game of the 3-game set. Can he go up against his old team? Can he dominate? You can live bet on baseball. You want to bet the strikeouts in that one? You better bet the over-unders. Whatever you want to do, the BetParks Casino is right there in the palm of your hand on the BetParks app. So whether you're on a beach, the boat, the lake, the land, whatever it is, the casino is right there. BetParks is the only online casino and sportsbook app that I've been telling you about now for 6 years. I love the Parks Casino, too. It's so much fun. I'm going to miss that, too. BetParks has a great offer for you new online casino users, too. Join now and you get up to $500 in casino bonus back in your first 24 hours. Plus, you can get 500 bonus spins on the hot online slot game. Go, go, go! Collect them! BetParks online casino and sportsbook app. There's always another way to win. Got to be 21 in Pennsylvania, Jersey, Maryland, or Michigan. Come on, boys. Get it down to Georgia. New users only. Terms and conditions apply. Details at betparks.com. Casino bonuses got to be wagered. Should you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Good news, bad news for the Birds. I'm Connor Thomas, and the Eagles locked down Jalen Carter to a huge contract extension yesterday, making him the highest-paid defensive tackle in NFL history. 4 years, $152 million, 106 of that guaranteed. Dan Orlovsky of ESPN talked about the impact of that move.
Huge for Philadelphia. They believe they have the right people in the building to make sure that not only on the field he continues to dominate, but off the field he continues to go about his business in the right way. This should be a top 5 defense in the NFL again, and certainly one of the best defensive lines.
The bad news, though, for the Eagles is news just broke a minute ago that the Eagles outside linebacker Jonathan Grenard will be placed on the PUP list after suffering a pec strain while lifting prior to camp. That via Adam Schefter and Tim McManus. So it would be a big loss if he's missing time in the regular season. We'll have updates on that throughout the rest of the show and the rest of the day as the Eagles start training camp practice today. Nick Sirianni will meet with the media coming up at 9:30. The Phillies got shut out 1-0 against the Marlins. It was their 5th loss in their last 6 games. They've lost 4 series coming out of the All-Star break. Trade deadline is Monday for them. Game 3 is today at 12:10 p.m. Jesus Luzardo versus Ryan Gusto. And the Sixers traded Jedi Broom and a 2027 second-round pick to the Clippers for cash considerations yesterday, making room for Contavious Caldwell-Pope on the roster. This update is brought to you by the New Jersey Department of Health. Public Health works behind the scenes, building a healthier future for everyone, and one mission working for you. Learn more at nj.gov/health. I'm Connor Thomas for 97.5 The Fanatic.
Back to Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
All right,
The final hour of Kincade and Salciunas is presented to you by The Bagster. It's a dumpster in a bag. You can get yours today at Home Depot and Lowe's. You need details? Go to Bagster.com.
Do you go?
Right in front of Coach.
Are you going to be okay?
Coming up at 9:30. Sorry, guys. Coming up at 9:30. Nick Sirianni, allegedly, will speak to the media. It'll probably be more like 9:47.
He's always on time, though, Andrew.
Yeah.
He's never late.
I'm always here. I'm ready to go.
Dude, we have done 2.5 years working together. Neither one of us ever.
I had 2 days.
You were
where,
never late.
One day where I just completely didn't set my alarm, and
but
my
you weren't
wife woke
late.
me up at 5. Yeah, no, I was here for
You
the
were
start
never
of the show.
late. Like we've never like.
And there was
like,
the one day where 76. You were stuck in it too. It got completely shut down.
Yeah. Well,
and
that's and I don't consider that late for work.
No, we were still here. Legal ID was playing when I walked in here, and boom, 6 o'clock. We were ready to go.
God himself would be late one day if he had to commute on 76.
Connor, you've never been late for work, and I've worked with you for 6 years.
Yeah.
I've never remember Connor being. I think one day you had car trouble and you weren't even late for work.
Yeah, listen, I've seen what happens when I'm not here. You guys are left alone. He's yelling about Jalen Hurts being the worst player on the planet.
Oh, yeah.
I can't leave you guys alone. I got
that one's going to get clipped. Philly media. All right, so Jonathan Grenard, we've done a lot more research during the commercial break. Jonathan Grenard is on the PUP list. So per all the reporters now,
Everybody's got the same
mass
report.
text that was sent. Hey, this is what's going on. He suffered a pec strain while lifting prior to training camp.
That's scary.
The scary thing is because he had the shoulder surgery during the offseason where he missed most of the spring program. And how many times do we talk about when you're hurt, you're sort of
you're compensating somewhere else.
Yeah, like Carson Wentz when he tore his ACL, then he hurt his back because he's overcompensating on one side, and then it hurt his back.
I believe Cam Jurgens had some of that too.
Yes, it happens. And the good news is this is a training camp PUP list. If you are on active PUP, you can be removed from PUP.
By August 15th, he can be back.
Yeah, like don't worry.
It's not. This isn't what we thought it could be.
No. When it pops up that a player's on PUP list, it's natural to have immediate concerns. The concern is that he had injuries last year, and you're hoping that this isn't the beginning. Yeah.
That's a legitimate issue.
You know.
That's scary.
But we don't know. That's also potentially a reason to be positive about this. Because if he's got anything at all wrong with him, they're going to be super cautious. So that makes me feel like this strain could be minor, and they're just being super careful.
Could be.
Yeah, it was from lifting. It wasn't a non-contact injury, right? We would all that's a
you hate
you're
that.
done.
You
right?
hate the non-contact stuff.
You know, he was getting too chesty on chest day.
Could have been.
I get it.
If he was trying to look like you, that was the false report, though. We have confirmed that was a false report.
I thought Shefty put that in his tweet, trying to look like Andrew Salciunas.
Nah, he said that was a false report.
By the way,
yes.
Real quick before we get back to our Davis on the text line, I want to give a shout out to Henry 30,000 on our YouTube
Henry
chat.
30,000.
Henry 30,000. Thank you for joining the program. Thank you for joining the station. He's gotten tired of some people. And he wanted to come on over to 97.5 The Fanatic.
We appreciate you, Henry.
You know, you hear the Bill Colarulo with the make the switch, you know. So Henry was getting tired of what's been going on.
I thought it was
around
Mike
the area.
to switch, the doctor.
That's right done.
I thought that was Mike to switch, yes.
So Henry, welcome, man.
Yeah, good job.
Distant
Welcome in,
relative
Henry.
of Henry VIII.
Yes. Dude.
Way down the
Henry
line.
the 30,000th. What's up, brother? Welcome. All right, what do we got on the Davis Honda text line here on Kincade and Salciunas? What we got?
A lot of people are real fired up about the Phils today. Mike from Levittown says the Phillies don't deserve bleep. It's not about that. It's about the aging core and the weak American League. It's one last shot. You grab what you can. You try to find your fire in October, and maybe you knock out the Brewers and or the Dodgers. Long shot, sure, but it's the only acceptable option.
Look, they're at the point where they have to do it. They have to go all in. The question is when Bryce Harper talks about we need help, my question for Bryce Harper is, do you think you deserve it? Like the Philadelphia Phillies. And
like, Bryce, thanks a lot. Like, what are you doing?
A lot of our talk yesterday was, are you basing your opinion on the trade deadline for 2026 or what they have not accomplished the last 4 years? And the majority of our listeners said the last 4 years and the shortcomings of it. I get it, Bryce. You do need help, but you guys have to show the front office first. And I know what the front office is going to do. They're going to go all in. But they're not doing anything to deserve Gage Wood being traded. They're not doing anything to deserve Renteria being traded. Like, they haven't done anything to give up their top prospects. They really haven't.
Think long and hard about this. You want Gage Wood traded?
I mean, you know me. Like, you're asking the wrong person.
Yeah. Hey, seriously. I'm talking to the Les Snead of sports radio.
Yeah, I would trade Gage Wood. I would trade. I heard Johnny Marks yesterday saying Renteria is untouchable.
You're doing this.
Renteria can't drink a beer for 4 more years. What do I care?
You're doing this to say. You're doing this to say for this team.
Yeah.
That this team is going to play.
I'm already in deep.
This team's going to play 4 or 5 good weeks of baseball.
I'm already in deep.
Yeah, Renteria is the only guy I'd be hesitant on. Everybody else,
yeah, like I get it,
on the table.
You've watched 60 of his games.
I haven't even, but I know what he's hitting down there, and I know he's 17.
I know.
So
I know.
At some point, somebody has to play minor league baseball. People can't show up to Lehigh Valley and there's no players on the field. That would be the Andrew Salciunas organization.
Like, I understand it. The guy's playing well in whatever system he's in right now.
Correct.
But like, I just find it funny that we're like, oh God, I can't trade a guy that I probably will not see for 5 years.
Can't trade him.
Especially in this organization.
Again.
You probably have to wait 10 years to see him.
Oh, my gosh, yes, they're going to
up.
wait. They want him to, like, at least get married and have a couple kids first.
What else we got on the text line?
Todd DC checks in, says, no, the Phillies deserve nothing. It's over. Bryce Harper did the same thing in DC. He was at war with the GM, and they didn't win until he got the boot. 1 year without Harper, they won a World Series. The problem is Harper, and now he admits he can't get the job done.
Yeah, see, I don't.
Whoa! What are you disagreeing with? That he was criticizing the GM there too? And
no,
saying
like
that,
they won because he left the building. Like I don't look at it that way.
Did anybody cry when he left?
I don't know.
No, but I
didn't check Twitter.
No, not Twitter. I mean, the organization. You know the story. No, they didn't. Like,
they made him an offer.
Remember, he played a different. He was a different guy then. Bryce Harper has become a better teammate, a better
absolutely.
But he was a bit of a JO at times.
Yeah.
But they also tried to keep him. They made him a sizable
Of course they
offer.
did, because he was a talented guy, but they didn't make him a competitive
Wasn't
offer.
it $300 million?
They didn't make him an offer that the Yankees, Giants, or Phillies
because
made him.
they don't have the money that the Yankees,
Right.
Giants, and Phillies
Yeah,
have.
that's
right.
what they did. So I mean, they made him an offer. That's not saying anything.
I don't agree with he left the Nationals and that's why they won. Like I don't agree with that sentiment. That's
Do you
I don't think
his,
if he left here today,
do you
the
think he's
Phillies
got
win the World
Do you
Series.
think his attitude is a winner's attitude? I do not.
I don't know how to answer that question. Like
Do you think his
I've seen him
his
carry this
messaging
team.
is a winner's? Do you think he has a winner's attitude?
I think he's calling out the guy that called him out. I think that's.
In
what
other
it
words,
is.
it's all about Bryce.
I think
that's what it always
he's
is.
calling out the guy that called him out, and he feels a certain type of way.
He has handled this entire year like a child. Get another T-shirt, Bryce.
I would not say the entire
No,
year.
it is easy. Get another T-shirt, Bryce. Make a T-shirt up. How about have a better August T-shirt? Go to batting practice with that because you're one of the top 10 worst people in July.
I just told you that Henry joined us. And now, what if Henry's favorite player is Bryce Harper?
Sorry about it, Henry, but I think Henry's a smart guy because he made the choice. He'll understand.
All right, coming up next, allegedly, Nick Sirianni, the head coach of your Philadelphia Eagles. He's supposed to speak at 9:30. It'll probably be like 9:39. So as the show sheet says, stall. Or by the grace of God, he'll be on when we come back here on 97.5 The Fanatic.
I know Dan White and Associates, they don't have to stall. They prepare you for your retirement, or they prepare you to be able to make the next big purchase you want to make by helping you with financial planning. No matter where you are in life, Dan White and Associates does a great job, and they've been doing it for 4 decades now. They specialize in retirement and financial planning, and they take each client and they deal with them and their needs uniquely. They stress test retirement plans, and they think about you by helping to create retirement income that will help you support the lifestyle that you want to live. Now, they have these seminars that you can go and have a nice meal, and you can listen to them make a presentation and speak, and then you can have your own complimentary no-risk consultation at one of their offices over in Delaware or in Pennsylvania. Call them at 610-358-8942 or just visit danwhiteandassociates.com on the web. Ricky Bowe is going to continue to tell you about the great people at Dan White. I can just tell you this. If you want peace of mind, you want to know a little bit more about your financial future, trust these guys. It's danwhiteandassociates.com.
Fanatic, your home for the best LeBron James coverage in the city. If you want to see their wonderful faces, check out youtube.com/975 The Fanatic Philadelphia. More of Kincade and Salciunas coming your way. Now.
It is 9:31 here on Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic. Nick Sirianni, already late. What else?
Core values.
Is that it? Yeah, his core values are is timeliness one of the core values?
His core values of timeliness is not there.
That's not one of the core values, is it?
I got to tell you, it is something, and it sounds stupid, but like something I love about you guys, every one of you. Nobody on our show is late.
No.
Like, I hate late people. I hate people who don't respect time, because I always feel like if somebody doesn't show up on time, and I joke, but I love the fact that I've worked with Connor for 6 years. He's never been late.
Where else do I have to be?
I've worked with you for 2.5. Yeah. Never been late. And it's so weird to, like, value that much, but I just don't like it when people run late.
Well, somebody did point out on YouTube that Connor just doesn't shower, and that's why he's always on time.
You guys do?
Connor likes I have to be a morning shower.
I'm a nighttime shower guy.
You're a nighttime shower.
I will say, though, hold on, as we're awaiting Nick Sirianni, so don't worry. Stall. The show.
By the way, Nick Sirianni said he's a night shower. In a previous press conference at one time,
he said that?
He talked about that one time. I forget what he was on, but he said he was a night shower person, which it was just absurd to me.
We are currently dealing at home with the reverse wake up in the middle of the night cycle, whereas instead of Coop coming to bed with us, it's mommy or daddy come to bed with me. And so some nights it's mommy, can you come to bed with me? Or daddy, can you come to bed with me?
And you say no, right?
No, I say I'll go lay down with you, and then you know how it is.
I'll fall asleep, and then boom.
Yeah, I'm out. The nights that Christy has gone over, the morning shower hits, bro.
Morning shower is so much better.
Dude, it hits, man. The 4 o'clock, like the wake.
It's great.
It wakes you up.
It
dude.
does.
I've been having my routine and go down the steps, turn on the coffee, go back up, take the shower. It's been really nice.
The morning shower is much better. Plus, everybody appreciates it that you work with.
That's a good point.
Well, you guys better hope. This is the most important Phillies game of the season that they're playing today. Because if they get swept by the Marlins, you know what I'm wearing tomorrow.
Are you wearing that stupid thing?
The shirt's coming back.
No.
Then you better hope they win.
Okay, I quit if that happens. I don't even have to say that.
All right, this sounds gross, but the guy that says, "Yo, dude, smell this," and you're like, "Nah, come on." Then you still do. Not that you can really relate because you can't smell.
Connor can't smell.
When was that shirt last worn?
Last season.
Oh my gosh, that thing!
Right, and I imagine you washed it.
I have put it in every single laundry cycle I've done for the past year.
Really?
It's just been in a consecutive wash.
All right, then I might need to see if you actually did the job.
So we'll see.
Okay, you're willing to smell it?
Yeah.
Okay, no. Here's what we do.
For the sake of the world.
No, here's what we do. Should they lose today, we ask Andrew DeCecco to smell it.
He won't do it
because he won't.
He won't do it.
He won't. He's just
also he might hit me. He's a strong guy.
Steve, our waiter last night at you should always go if you go to Fleming's and Radnor. Ask for Steve. He's the best.
He is.
He was very much last night. He goes, "Hey, they brought over a nice bottle of wine for us and everything. We're having some wine." And he says, "Like, hey, get a real little bit of Chris. Chris brings it over the bottle of wine. He's decanting and he's like, get the good whiff of that wine and everything." He's like, "Well, it doesn't work with Connor."
Yeah,
but the taste was.
It was nice. I took one whole sip. It was nice.
I can't believe you with the wine.
I'm just not a wines guy.
Oh,
soft.
Yeah. It's the best.
Yeah, I guess so.
The best, Jerry. So. The best.
Now, speaking of great meals yesterday. I wanted to do this, and I'm glad that Nick Sirianni is just delaying us from going to it. So this could stop at any second. Yesterday, had a first-time lunch with Coop. So I met them.
What do you mean a first-time lunch?
I'll explain. I met in Deptford, New Jersey, my wife and my son. And we got into a conversation off the air a couple of weeks ago, John, where me, Amy, and Connor were informing you that Deptford, New Jersey is like the hub of the chain.
Yes. Like every chain restaurant is within, like you could throw footballs.
They're all there.
Right.
They're all there. I mean, let's see. I can picture Olive Garden, Red Lobster, Outback, Bonefish, one of the Texas ones, the Roadhouse or Longhorn.
Now as a
one of the two.
As a Delco and then as a Chester County person, I cannot relate to this.
Yeah, Chili's.
We do not have
Red Robin.
There's no place you can do this where I grew up or where I live.
Deptford, it's the hub of the chain. And yesterday, I took Coop to my former place of employment.
Chick-fil-A?
Applebee's.
Oh, Applebee's.
And he had his first Applebee's experience. And I got to say, Applebee's still can put together a solid meal. I think it is the best of the chain restaurants. Like those, like the family style, like, you know, you could take a kid here. Like, I don't think of Outback as a, like, family
Well, it's a different
dinner.
chain.
I'm not bringing my 4-year-old to Outback because I don't think, I don't know. I don't know how that would go. But, like, Applebee's, Chili's.
Your 4-year-old doesn't like steak?
No.
He doesn't like steak?
Hasn't even tried it. Refuses to.
He refuses to try
He'll
steak?
get there one day.
Refuses to try steak. Is Applebee's number one?
It has a special place in my heart because that's where I used to go drink on lunch when I was working in mortgages. I hated that job. Go over there. They'd have the $1 Long Island iced tea special. Hell yeah.
That's true.
That's how some of that paperwork had to be checked.
By the way, Arthur chimes in. I missed a few. This is, again, all in Deptford. PJ Willahans.
PJ Willahans is great.
Friendlies. There's a Friendlies there. Mission Barbecue. They have everything. Like, if you are a fan of chain restaurants, because I am, I'm not a snob. Like, I know people that, I would never eat at a place like that. Like, all those meals are fine. Like, you will go to these establishments and you will walk out of there going, that was a good meal. Like, a fine. I'm not saying you're walking out of there going, I'm going to tell my grandkids about this place. I might, though. I might take my grandkids to a place like that. But, like, it's a good meal.
I can't go to one of those because of an incident that happened that I cannot, but I'm not going to say it on the air, but I cannot ever again. It's something that was so scarring, but it was crazy. But I'm certainly not against that brand of eating if you wanted to do that.
Yeah, I think it's great.
I'd go Outback just for the bloomin' onion. But listen, you're splitting hairs here. They're all lovely.
Yeah, but then you also drink a
Rodman would be out for a week if he had a bloomin' onion.
Yeah. What's the beer?
What, the Australian beer, the Foster's?
The Foster's, yeah.
Australian for beer.
I mean, that's always a solid day. I could crush a bloomin' onion and a Foster's. Like, that sounds like a really good day.
Damn, me, you, Jordan Mailata. Let's go have a meal, huh?
You know, Jordan Mailata would turn his nose up at that, though. That's not
he's an
authentic.
everyman. He'd eat there.
Yeah, he would eat there. By the way, as we continue to stall for Nick Sirianni, Jeff McClain, because he's not covering the press conference right now because he's just sitting there because Nick Sirianni doesn't care about anybody's life. Eagles don't believe Grenard's injury will keep him out long term, but it gives them the ability to save a roster spot if it extends into the regular season. Perhaps it compels them to get Brandon Graham in the training camp.
Oh, boy.
He says, that isn't my sense right now, but that could be a possibility. Hopefully this thing's just, rest the peck and be back in 2 weeks and use your God-given ability to be right with the defense. He's going to be playing with Jalen Carter. He's going to be playing with Jordan Davis. Like, he's going to be great as long as he's healthy. Like, he's part of the reason why we are more comfortable with the edge rushers this year is the explosion of Jalix Hunt last year, right? Like,
yes.
He took a step forward that I don't think anybody saw.
Another
young guy. Yeah, before he's going to get paid.
He's going to get a fortune.
But the other reason was bringing in Jonathan Grenard. Like, bringing in Jonathan Grenard, you said, wow, we have the pass rusher, the guy that it's 3rd and 6. You know that guy could get to the quarterback and force him to make a bad throw and it's an interception or it's a 4th down. The Eagles did not have that last year. They did not have it with Nolan Smith. They got some of it from Jalix Hunt. They did not have it with Brandon Graham. He just was kind of a placeholder. What's his face retired after 5 minutes?
What's his face?
What was the guy's name from the Lions?
What's his face?
I forget his name.
Can't
It's
remember.
horrible.
It's not coming to me.
He led the team in sacks for like 6 weeks, and he played 2 games. That's how bad the pass rush was early on last year because they couldn't get home to the quarterback.
Oh, look who's right on time.
Oh, right on time, 10 minutes late. Here's Nick Sirianni. Are they yours? Yeah. Oh, you got really close with them.
Wait, you have 2 of those?
I'm
gonna wear it through
and
practice,
Howie.
so I'm gonna be
You
my
see what I mean? Like, everyone puts them here and
no
you
dice.
shoved them right on this side. I put my hands yuck it up for the first 10 minutes.
Howie, the decision to give Jalen Carter the contract.
No. Welcome
No,
back.
statement.
No. Hey guys, how's it going? How's everyone's summer? We've got football back in Philadelphia. It's a beautiful thing. Right through it. Right through it. Right there. Are we all wearing sunglasses? It's like pictures. Do you want us all to wear sunglasses?
I might actually put mine.
No, there's a glare. Good. All good.
It's like the first day of school.
Scott will be having
the
a
decision to give Jalen Carter
blast with
the,
this.
the contract he did. What have you seen from him behind the scenes over the past few years that make you confident you want him to be a big part of the team moving forward?
When I think about the timeline with Jalen Carter, we went into the offseason looking to extend him, looking to extend, obviously, JD, and kind of keep the strength of our team. That position group, not only with those two guys, I mean, Morrow, unbelievable player, unbelievable person for our team. BY took a lot of steps. We got a young group behind that we're really excited about. And we felt like that was one of the strengths of our team, and we wanted that to be one of the strengths of our team going forward. The defense tackle position in the league, in college football, it's a deficient position. There's hard to find guys like that. And so we feel like it was a priority. Where the market was when March opened was kind of in transition. You had guys like Dex ready to sign, obviously Simmons. And so some of the reasons that it got to this point were just because we were trying to figure out the market. And from his perspective, he was trying to figure out the market. There hadn't been a big jump in the market. And so we like to do contracts in March and April, obviously, get that situated before we go into the draft, before we go into our summer. This was a unique situation. By the same token, getting this done before camp was important for all of us. Good things happen when you get things off your plate and you're able to focus on football.
There was a SI report.
I didn't really answer your question yet, did I?
No.
Okay, you're fine.
There was an SI report that there was some return on hesitation about giving Jalen Carter an extension. Can you speak to that?
I can't speak to the report. I didn't see the SI report. What's that?
You had hesitation about giving him the extension because of off-field concerns.
I would say this. I don't know what off-field concerns. Since Jalen's been here, he's put his head down. He's worked hard. He's made huge impact plays for this organization, for this team. Last year, he wasn't 100%. He tried to fight through that and play through that. We understand that. Like anyone, when you're 25 years old, you're still growing as a person and as a player. I saw Zach Vaughn yesterday, and he made a great comment. He said to me, he's like, when I signed my contract, someone told me, you don't pay me for what I did, you're paying for me what I'm going to do. And that's why we do these deals. We don't do anything based on retroactive performance. We're doing things based on future performance. And again, we were trying to sign Jalen in March, understood it was unique because of where the market was and where he thought and Drew thought it was going. But it was always positive, and we were always trying to get him extended.
Nick, change is inevitable in the NFL. You're going into your 6th year. There's been a lot of changes on the staff, but Aaron and Jamal, they're two of the soldiers that have been with you for your entire tenure. How much have you leaned on them during your tenure here, especially amongst the change, which was like inevitable, like I said?
Yeah, excited to have those guys back on staff, and we've had some great staffs here, and you have great relationships with all those guys. You always try to build those relationships, and obviously those two guys, Jamal's done a great job of doing a lot of the assistant head coach duties, and he's a really good person. I've always leaned on him. Now he has that title of assistant head coach, and man, he just does a great job with everything that he does. Same with Aaron, and naturally, we're doing a drill today, and this wasn't a drill that we did in OTAs. So it's like, hey, we're doing this drill today. Aaron, Jamal, Parks, why don't you guys kind of coach up what we're looking for on this drill? And so, yeah, there's little things like that happen every once in a while, and that you really value somebody that's been here in the past to be able to explain some of those things of how we go about it. But those two guys have been really valuable. Their players have played well. They're really good coaches. They're really good people. I've really appreciated having them on staff. Wash, Tyler Scudder, those guys have been here throughout the time as well. And it goes to show you just what type of coaches they are, right? And, that you want to continue to have them here, and you want to continue to, build that relationship and build that what they've done with their players.
Nick, as you enter training camp, what's the plan at backup quarterback? Are those guys going to rotate, and is that an open competition?
First of all, I really love the room. To have 4 guys that you're so excited about to be able to go to work with every single day, that just speaks to the way Howie and his staff have built the roster. So excited about that room. Everything is a competition. We'll continue to rotate with those guys with what we're doing. But that's not, Andy's played a lot of football. And Andy's played a lot of good football. So that has that doesn't say anything about what we feel about Tanner. Like, Tanner has been here for 4 years and has played some really good moments, played some really good games, has so consistent at practice with what he does and the type of player he is. So we're really excited about that. But we also know that competition brings out the best in everybody. And so to be able to have a guy like Andy and Tanner working together and working to push each other to get better, that's only going to make our team better. But again, can't say how much I appreciate having Tanner and all the things that he's done and the type of player that we continue to think that he can be. So we're excited about that room.
BG went on record somewhere this offseason. Said he would hope to know his future in the early days of training camp. He doesn't want to come back in the middle of the season or whatever. Where do things stand with him?
Communication between BG and the Eagles, myself, first draft pick I ever made as a GM, has always been consistent. So those conversations, obviously, between us and every player, we're going to keep between us and the player. I want to be consistent with whoever that is, that we do that. But obviously, you're talking about one of the greatest Eagles players, unbelievable person. Last year, his ability to come back in and help us was huge for our football team. But again, those conversations we'll keep private.
Hey, just rewinding on Jalen Carter for you.
On Jonathan Bernard
and
what that means for...
With Jalen Carter from your perspective.
You want me to answer you and he can answer him at the same time?
Go ahead.
Jalen Carter, from your perspective, how much does it help you to have somebody like that satisfied for the start of camp versus maybe
First of all, just really happy for him and his family. He's worked his butt off to get rewarded the way he is, and like how he said, it's we're paying you for what you're going to do in the future, and we have that confidence in him. I've really enjoyed getting to know Jalen more and more each year, and the time that I've spent with him, and he's put his head down, he's worked, he's made impactful plays, and we look for that to continue. And he's a heck of a football player that demands a lot of attention by the opposing offense. So to be able to have him and have him locked up, and we know what that creates for the opposing offense. I know as a former offensive coordinator, the problems a player at that position with that talent creates and the things that you have to do for him game plan wise. And anytime you're just excited that portion's out of the way and you're able to go and focus completely on football. Which he has, which I give him a lot of credit. He's focused so much on football. He came back in phenomenal shape with his weight, with his conditioning test. So even with that contract still looming, he worked his ass off. And I'm proud of him for that, and that shows you the type of guy he is, and he'll continue to be, and excited for him to play ball.
I get you.
Further insight can you give on Bernard and what that means for the position group this summer?
All right, well, that's going to do it.
Lit.
Because we got to wrap things up. Middays with Marks is coming your way next with Johnny Marks and Sean Bryce and Ray Dunn. They'll continue to break down.
I think Sean's on vacation.
Said. Oh, yeah, that's right. He's on vacation. Yesterday was getaway day. They'll continue to break down what Howie Roseman. It's the Howie Roseman press conference. We should have known. It was the first press conference of training camp. It's the
Howie
Nick Sirianni's there. Howie Roseman's press conference.
Howie takes over.
Also, make sure you're listening because I'm sure they're scanning through it now. There was a big piece from Dave McMiniman about the signing of LeBron James, and it's the text that was sent that LeBron James was picking the Sixers. Rich Paul texted Josh Harris, David Blitzer, Bob Myers, Jameer Nelson, and Tyrese Maxey. Congrats, the Sixers it is. And it's a whole breakdown.
Wait a minute, whoa. He congratulated them on him choosing the Sixers?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's LeBron
what?
James. And And Mike Yancey as well in the text. Sorry.
You let them congratulate you on joining the Sixers.
Yeah. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it.
Congrats on you hiring me.
Yeah. Yep.
That's interesting.
That's exactly what it is, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
It's about damn time.
Yeah, damn right it is.
Man.
Yeah, so I just noticed what time it was. That's my fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to say.
Oh, my God.
You jumped out way early.
I was looking at him going, what's going on?
Oh, my God. All right.
Connor.
We've got to announce the. Oh, yeah.
Connor, is he going to be
hang on.
okay?
Oh,
Is
my
he going to be
God.
okay with being on?
Oh, my God. I'm sorry.
You've had a rough day today, Salciunas.
No, I didn't. I jumped on one sponsor, and now that.
The old fashions maybe still kicked in it?
And you were sitting low to start the show today?
Well, yeah, that's.
It was a little bit of that. No Rodman. We felt a little off without Rodman.
Yeah,
well, we should name a winner for our contest
Yes.
today.
So our winner, have the voice memo ready there. Our winner for the trip to Baltimore. We asked for people to heckle the Phillies because they've been on the road in Miami and there's like 7 people in attendance.
And they haven't been heckled enough.
And they haven't been heckled because we love this team and they're so happy and everything's great about them and they win and dancing on my own.
Dancing
and
on
blah,
my
blah, blah.
own. And
No, they need to hear old Philadelphia.
okay.
They need to hear pressure. It needs to be turned up a notch. And so this was Whitney. Our winner today is Whitney, who left this heckling voice memo.
Hey, this is Whitney, and this is my heckle for the field. Bull, you guys freaking suck. You're forcing us, making us really count down the days into the Eagles season. The 76ers got more fight. The Eagles got more heart. And the Fanatic is the hardest worker on the field. Wake up, you guys. You play in Philly. If you don't want to hustle, we'll find 25 guys in South Philly who do. I've seen cheesesteaks in Reading Terminal put up a better Raleigh than this lineup. Eagles were home in a championship. The Sixers were home to go. And guess what? You guys were home heartburn. I'm over it. You suck.
I like Whitney.
I love that. She's
like
the
Whitney.
best. So I'll be hanging out with her in Baltimore. Phil's Orioles
sounds like a fun
this
day.
Saturday. But just because you didn't win, those of you who did try to win, you could still buy tickets on TrueFanTravel.com. Philly Sports Trips, now True Fan Travel. It's an unforgettable pregame all-inclusive tailgate party. And, of course, tickets to the game, hanging out with us, watching the Phils. Hopefully turn things around against the Orioles. That would be nice. Saturday,
I hope
August
they do
1st.
too.
So
Orioles,
try to be a part of it.
Orioles have been playing better ball though.
Yeah.
They've been playing just like the Marlins.
Didn't really matter. Marlins lost 12
Marlins
straight.
lost 12 in a row, and now they're
Now they got a winning
streak.
Now they got a winning streak.
Hey, here's the good news. Saturday is Sanchez. So you're getting a great game.
You get a Sanchez game. You get an 88 degrees with low humidity.
Yeah, I'll take that.
That's awesome. A beautiful day.
Also, the reason why I dipped out of the press conference early, we got to get the final results of the Twitter poll brought to us by Dr. Avedon Appel and the team at Iron Mountain Men's Health.
He really did dip out way early.
He needs his hourly mention. Dr. Avedon
What's
Appel
up, Doc?
and the team at Iron Mountain Men's Health, they keep our polls strong. What do we got this morning as the final results, Connor?
Hugely important today. What do you think of Andrew Salciunas' performance today? Has the Phillies Skids...
I'm sorry. I'm so excited about this this Rich Paul congratulating the Sixers story. I love it.
Good. Yeah, it's great.
As the Phillies Skid sets the All-Star break, change the way you look at the team's strategy at the trade deadline. 2 options. Yes, they're not good enough, or no, just a bad stretch. 74% of our responders are saying this team ain't good enough.
There you go.
Yep, that's great. By the way, one bit from the story. Mike Yancey got the text, too. He walked up the steps, went up to his wife and said, "Babe, we just got LeBron."
That's awesome.
That's a great, ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
That's awesome.
That's a great moment
awesome.
for Mike
It's such
Yancey.
Boy, he has just been
He completely
fantastic.
flipped this entire franchise around.
He has been absolutely incredible.
Yes, he has been.
Just incredible.
All right, sorry for everybody that was locked into that Howie Roseman, Nick Sirianni yuck fest that we had. They did say that the Jonathan Grenard injury is nothing to be
The
concerned
reporters were chuckling it up a lot, too.
about. Yeah, first day. I told you, first day of school.
Howie.
First day of school. Nick Sirianni hasn't.
Howie, you're
Nick
funny.
Sirianni didn't yell at anybody yet, so that's why they haven't had any weird press conferences.
Howie, you're funny.
All right, everybody have a great rest of your day.
2 days
Middays
left.
with Marks coming up next. Yeah, 2 more
You and us.
days, Johnny the K. 2 more days. Everybody, just one more promo
One more promo.
for us to do because you're not going to do the one for the next week.
Yeah, I don't have to because I'll be in Vegas.
Everybody have a great day. We'll talk to you tomorrow here on The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Some big Eagles news this week. I'm Connor Thomas. The Eagles start training camp today. They locked down Jalen Carter.